So today on the introductory to jewellery making, I learned, as a first time having a go at making jewellery, we learned how to do the simple loop, the wrap loop, and then how to fix fastenings onto the pieces we've made. So I've had a go at making a few bits and pieces. A keyring, I've had a go at sort of looping different types of beads and gemstones onto different types of chains. I've had a go at making this, so we had a go at making the beaded bead with some beads around it and then done the fastening at the back. Also made a few sets of earrings as well, which I'll all take home and enjoy wearing.
Spend the day with guest designer Mark Smith making beautiful jewellery, using simple macrame techniques but with an added touch of elegance with the incorporation of wire in your designs. Mark will be guiding you through 5 projects, and you'll also learn how to wire wrap a cabochon. This course includes a selection of wire, a selection of gemstones, a pack of silver findings, use of all relevant tools, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a visit to the Gemporium Museum, and you can make a purchase at the Jewellery Maker shop. All of this for just £84.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Good afternoon, how are you all? You're good? Isn't it sunny today? It's fabulous, isn't it? Doesn't the world smiles a lot more when it's sunny, don't they? Welcome to today's Design of Inspiration show. I'm Hannah Stuart, taking you through until 5 o'clock today. And I'm joined by Lady Norris as well. Oh my gosh, you should see her jewellery! Rachel sent me some pictures last night. I was excited last night, but in the flesh, this is like next level. This is just like, I'm sure that Rachel does nothing else but spend time on the kits that we send to her. They're incredible. Rachel, oh my God.
Sweetie, thank you very much indeed for your very kind words. Thank you. It's lovely to be back, actually.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
It is. Yeah.
And you see, today it's lovely and sunny, and poor Rachel could be in Cornwall by the sea, but you're in the Midlands instead.
I think my son's at Boardmasters today, so he's having a lovely time, actually, yes.
Oh, I wish I was there too. I might pop down actually. I might go back with Rachel. We've got loads coming up for you on today's show. The kits are fantastic, jam-packed full of wire. In fact, I think both of the kits today have more wire in than I've ever seen before in any of the kits. They're gorgeous. I've got some collector's choice strands coming up for you a little bit later on as well. Really unique. And the ruby cabochon. Can I just give you a sneak peek of the ruby cab, if I have it? Oh, do I not have it? Pete's keeping it away from me. I might be taking that. Thanks, glamorous assistant Pete. It's the biggest and best I have ever seen. Oh my gosh! Brace yourselves. Oh, look at the size of this. Wow. Completely natural ruby of this size. It's probably going to be one of the most considered cabochons we've ever brought to you. Incredible. It's coming up for you a little bit later on, so not too long to wait at all. Just want to say hello to Marge as well, who actually I've just said hello to because she's in the workshop next door, but she told me that she's recording the show, so when she goes home she can watch it. So hi Marge. She's currently on a lunch break. Righty ho, where should we start then? Okay. Challenge bundle, brilliant. Now these are fantastic, and I've never ever brought you strands of pearls with the sewing needles as well. Never had them before. These are fantastic. And interestingly enough, about 10 minutes before I came on air, my mum phoned me to ask me where she could find a needle in my house. She's in my house. She's sewing. It's fine. Like, I don't really know. I don't know how many. Have a look at these. You've got 2 strands of your pearls here and your needles with these as well. Genuine pearls, beautiful, beautiful strands. Aren't these gorgeous? I love the colour as well. Your peach and your apricot you've got here. 8x7 and your 5x4 millimeters in size. So you've got your Baroque culture pearls and you've got your potato pearls there. They are 100% genuine pearls. They're not fake, they're not synthetic, they are the real deal. And you've got 2 strands. HMG C07 is the code for this. You don't have to choose, you're going to get both strands of your pearls and you're going to get your sewing needles there as well. You've got 12 of your sewing needles in there. Let's just have a little count for you. Oh my gosh, this is a long strand. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's a good 100 pearls just in this strand alone. They're so delicate. They'd be perfect bridal jewellery, wouldn't they? You know, whether they're in tiaras or hair combs. Great stretchy bracelets. Great stretchy bracelets. They'd be beautiful, wouldn't they? I'm loving these. Loads of you coming in on the web. And the telephone lines already. $15.85 is where we should be. How good is that price tag, $15.85? If you're tuning in for the very first time today, are you thinking, hang on a minute, genuine pearls, 2 strands, $15.85, how does that work? We don't really know. It's just how we roll here at Jewellery Maker, so take advantage. $15.85. We kind of do. You know, I can stand here and say we're a family-run company. We'll go direct to the source wherever possible. We have the most incredible buying power. But still, for me, it doesn't really justify $11.95. $11.90. Do you think you could get a strand of synthetic pearls for $11.95? I don't think you could you? I don't think so. Rachel, what are you thinking with these strands then? Because this is your challenge.
I have got some, I've got some long gizmo coils, lots of curls and things. I'm going to make a sort of a curly gizmo coil with lots of leaves coming out of it and perhaps a flower pendant and put the pearls in amongst all of this.
Wow.
We'll see how it works out. So, yeah.
That sounds amazing. Can't wait to see that. We'll have a little look a little bit later on, just towards 5 o'clock at Rachel's challenge. They are gorgeous. Look at the pearlescence that you've got there as well. They're stunning, aren't they? There's absolutely tons of you coming through on the phone lines and the web today. Really, really busy morning so far here at Jewellery Maker. If there is a queue on the telephone lines, just remember, it's a free phone number, so it's actually not going to cost you a single penny to stay on those phone lines, but do stay there because that price tag is well worth the wait, isn't it? $11.95, and look at what you have. Even if you were to simply, you know, make a pair of earrings, 2 pearls, what kind of price tag would you pop on those? Brenda in Surrey, I was just about to go food shopping and saw the guest designer and presenter not moving now, hooked. Thanks, as I know I'll have a great afternoon. Do you know what, Brenda in Surrey? You will. Go online, do shopping online, get them to deliver it. That's what I do. I hate food shopping. It's one of my worst things. If I can get out of the food shop, I will. You know, bread and beans for weeks. Okay, I'm going to pop that there for Rachel.
Thank you.
Glamorous assistant Pete's going to pass that over.
Thank you very
Brilliant.
much.
Thanks, Pete.
Thank you.
Oh! Rachel, you've got 2. Oh, you lucky lady. Look at these. Now, guest designer Mark Smith was here yesterday with myself on the morning show, and he always says that he prefers the shells over the pearls because they are so perfect. Pete, is the blackboard around lovely? You've got to see these on the blackboard. These are perfect, and I can kind of see, thank you lovely, I can kind of see where Mark is coming from with the perfection of these. The luster is incredible, and again, bridal, they'd be perfect. Just one sec, there we go. Look at these. Oh yes. Oh, how glamorous do these look? Perfectly round. You've got your 10mm dusky pink, your 10mm light coffee shells, and you've got your smaller peach shells there at 4mm in size. They are so glamorous. How expensive do these look? I always think shells look so expensive, don't they? They look so high end. These are divine. And, oh, look at that luster. They're huge, aren't they? I'm just going to have a little count for you on these bigger strands here. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's a good 40 on each of those strands there. I am loving those dusky pink ones there. Mother of the bride, mother of the bridegroom, maybe. Again, simple stretchy bracelets with your smaller shells there. Or again, worked into a tiara. Or a fascinator design, they'd be stunning. OEG C67 is your code for these. You're going to get 3 strands in total. These are going to look fantabulous, aren't they? 0800 644 655. In fact, Ryan, lovely Ryan, I'm just going to hold these up. Imagine restranding these, popping a solid sterling silver clasp on there. What kind of price tag would you pop on these? Shell pearls. Oh, so glamorous. They are gorgeous. Look at the size of them. They're huge, aren't they? And if you've seen guest designer Fleur, it was Fleur, wasn't it? That restranded, she started restranding pearls, but kind of putting a contemporary look on them. So what she's doing is using maybe red Essilon with your white pearls. They look fabulous. They really, really do. Maybe that's something you could do with these. They're gorgeous, aren't they? 0800 644 655. You do get a 30-day money-back guarantee with every single purchase from us here at Jewellery Maker. $11.85 is your should-be price tag. And we're not even staying there. Under £10. You could easily triple your money, quadruple your money here. It's a no-brainer at $8.95, isn't it? Look at the quality and the size of the gemstones that we've got here. How much other stuff have you got in your stash that you're thinking, yes, that would work brilliantly with? The shells, it's going to look fantastic with, and we'll see Rachel's designs a little bit later on because she's going to use the shells in with the pearls as well. They'd look fantastic with amethyst. You know these light dusky shells that you've got here? In an amethyst strand, they'd look beautiful, wouldn't they? Those gorgeous pinks with those purples. They're so high-end. Collector in Essex, Elaine in Carmarthenshire, well done. Joe in Devon, Patricia in County Kilkenny, well done. Natasha in Angus. James and Dorothy in Lanarkshire, you've just joined me as well. Linda in Worcestershire. Val in Dorset, you've just got yours on the telephone lines. Well done to you. Do you know what? Simple stretchy bracelet with your smaller pearls here. Maybe pop a solid sterling silver charm in there. Wouldn't that make a gorgeous gift? Beautiful gift idea. Stunning. Okay, so Rachel can have those as well.
Thank you.
Sorry, Helena, did you say solid sterling silver?
Thank you. Thank you, that's fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Oh, look at these. Oh my. Are you ready to get on the bus? Ding ding. Solid sterling silver bus, that is, by the way. You just thinking, what on earth is she on about? Are these the solid sterling silver? Do you know how many charms there are in here? Okay. I am ignoring you. Helena says, just ignore me. So I'm going to ignore her. Righty-ho. Yeah, 10 and 11 are exactly the same. Have a look at these solid sterling silver. So we're going to have a few solid sterling silver pieces. In fact, our show has quite a lot of solid sterling silver in for you today. This is fantastic for you at home. Solid sterling silver, that's going to add value to any piece of jewellery. Any piece of jewellery. You've got 3 solid sterling silver earring posts here. Now they are the half drilled sterling silver posts that you've got here. So if you've got any of your half drilled pearls, all you need to do is pop some glue on your post there, pop that in. Perfect. They look gorgeous. And as I say, every single time I'm bringing you solid sterling silver earring posts, wherever you can, if your budget will let you stretch to solid sterling silver, especially with earring findings, then do it, because a lot of people do have allergies with certain alloys, so that would be brilliant if you can get solid sterling silver into your stash. You're going to get 3 pairs in total, and there's nothing to stop you multi-buying. So if you want to come in and you maybe want to get a couple of packs of these, absolutely fine. They're 14 by 16 millimeters, sorry, 14 by 6 millimeters in size. Solid sterling silver. They are stamped as well. I'm just going to switch this one around for you. I don't know if you can see that just on the back there. on the back of the post, you've got your 925 stamp there as well on every single one. There's so many of you coming through already on the web and multi-buying. Now, if you're shopping on the web, you can see the price tag. When I can see web bidders multi-buying, I know it's going to be incredible. £9.95 for 3 pairs. £9.95, that's not even £4 each per pair. Incredible deal. Kate, Lisa, well done, Marion, Yvonne, Elizabeth, Lynn, Joe in Devon, Tina in Cheshire. Collector in Pembrokeshire, what I wouldn't give to be there today. Half of the stock has already gone. You're going to have to be really, really quick with these. STRF34 is your code for those. So if you've got the phone in your hand, just stay where you are. And if you've got those in your basket on the web, just make sure you are checking out. Oh, look at these. Oh, do you know what? These would look beautiful with the pearls that we've just had, wouldn't they? They'd be perfect. These are gorgeous, gorgeous charms that you've got here. You're going to get 3 of these. I've never ever seen these before. They're beautiful. Look how much luster you've got there. Solid sterling silver. It's the most lustrous of all of your precious metals. So even when you've got no gemstones whatsoever, they look fantastic just on their own. You could just put up a chain through there, couldn't you? Solid sterling silver chain and have that on a pendant, and it would look really, really pretty. I love these. They're really substantial as well. You can feel the weight of these. And with solid sterling silver, you can see the weight, you can feel the weight, you can see the quality as well, can't you? So again, you'll get 3 pieces in a pack. They're 19 by 18 millimeters in size. So delicate. What would you do with these, Rachel?
Oh goodness, are they the earrings, aren't they? So
they're just charms.
Sorry,
just charms. So we could eat. I mean, you could pop a chain through there.
They're pretty little earrings, tops of pendants. You can pop them on the top of and glue them to the top of a little teardrop cabochon. You can. They'd be great as almost as little decorations for wedding favours.
I like that. Wedding favours, glass charms,
presents, cards. I mean, you can expand them into other things that people could actually then keep. Put them onto a little bracelet as a charm.
They're really, in fact,
pretty little.
They would work as a ring as well. I'm just thinking you could wrap, couldn't you, in between the 2 loops on your bow there, and have that wrapped into a ring. That would look really pretty. You could even pop a gemstone in the centre there as well, couldn't you? That would look gorgeous. One of those pearls, divine. IURF40, check out that luster. £10.95 is your should be price tag, by the way. We're not staying there today. Sun's shining, we know. We've got to compete with that big ball of fire. So we're going lower. 800, 644, 655. We are going lower. £8.95. £8.95. Joe in Devon, well done. Marion. Sophie in Hertfordshire, you've just got 2 of these, so well done. If you want to multi-buy again, please do so. You've got 3 there. Do you know what? I think if I was, if I had a crystal, I was selling these, I'd be taking £10 each for these. You know, in a pendant, in your earrings, in your ring, whatever. £10 each. And we're at £8.95 for 3. Joe in Devon, you've got 2. Sophie in Hertfordshire, you've got 2. Marion in London. Lisa in Monmouthshire. Elizabeth in Lanarkshire. You could quite easily pay £30 for a solid sterling silver charm. Have you had a look in that charm shop lately? Or on their website? So exciting. If you want gemstones, wow. You're not going to get much change from £100. £8.95 is where we're at for these. IURF40. Hold those lines. Okay. Oh. How many do we have? Oh. No! Right. Do you know what? I want you to look at this from there first. Sorry, Ryan. Being bossy. Look at that. Wow. You can see solid sterling silver chain. This, do you know what? I think this is my favourite chain we've ever had. And I've got less than 20. If I can just untangle the extended chain. There we go. This is so substantial. The grammage on here is really hefty. Wow, 2.5 grams for a chain. That's a lot of silver that we've got here. How pretty is this? I don't know. Sorry, Ryan. I sound really bossy, don't I? We're only 20 minutes in. I should not say Ryan and Sean. Joint effort. I don't know if we can get really close because that's so thick, that chain. It almost looks like almost like a diamond dust design. They are fantastic. It's so thick, this chain, so substantial. We have less than 20 available. 16-inch, 925 sterling silver. You have got your 2-inch extender chain on there as well, so that's 16 to 18 inches. That is fantastic. I can't wait for you to get this home. This is one of the best chains I've ever seen. Look at that luster. Again, even if you're wearing it just by itself, no pendant on there, that's going to look so feminine. So lustrous. Belinda in Buckinghamshire, you've got 2. Joe in Devon, you're there. Patricia, Maxine, Debbie, Tanya. It's fastest fingers first to check out for this one. All the way down to just £9.95. You gift ideas. Brilliant. If you're not sure of somebody's ring size, if you're not sure if somebody's got their ears pierced or not, then chains. Beautiful gift, and it's my favourite that we've ever had. I can't believe we're so short on quantity. Well, I can believe, but I'm gutted. Kate, Rosie in Devon, Patricia in Essex. Kate, you've just got 2. Well done to you. I've got less than 10 chances now. We're down to just single figures. So if you are on the web, don't hesitate. If you've got it in your basket, just make sure you're checking out as soon as you possibly can. £9.95. We had a look just yesterday, in fact. We had a look on a couple of websites, high street websites. £40. I think $49.95 was the most expensive solid sterling silver chain that we found yesterday. 99, not 95. I get confused with our prices. 99, yeah. Multi-buyers there. So many of you. Just stay exactly where you are. Righty-ho. Ooh, this is pretty. Have a look at this. Now, I'm sure that this is that chain that before, for a split second, I thought was Mahenge Spinel, but it's actually garnet. It really, really does look like your purple spinel. This is gorgeous. Very limited quantity again. I think it was Mark Smith yesterday that just said, because I said to Mark, realistically, how long would it take a jewellery maker to make a rosary link chain like this? And he said that actually, a good while ago, he had a little challenge and they did it on air to see how long it would take him to make one link. And he said, I can't remember, I think he said about 3 minutes, but it was very messy, not perfect, probably couldn't have been used in the necklace at all, but it's because he was against the clock. So, realistically, to make a metre length of 925 sterling silver chain, it would take a long time, wouldn't it, Rachel?
Evening, and you could be doing other things in that evening, to be honest.
Yeah.
You could make a pendant in that evening along with the chain, and then.
Yeah.
But you know, and you'd have bought the chain, but you'd have wasted an evening making it, making that chain up, when you could be doing another thing, more intricate project.
And time is money, of course. So I love it when we get something that looks like you've done so much more than you have, but you actually haven't. 10 carats. 10 carats of Rhodolite garnet. 10 carats. If any of you have ever seen Mahenge Spinel, I'm not sure if you will have. It's a very rare occurrence. I don't think we've ever had it here at Jewellery Maker. Very similar in its colour. Beautiful deep. Oh, look, chandelier earrings. Oh my gosh, they would look incredible, wouldn't they? 10 carats of your Rhodolite garnet. That's 100% natural. The colour is so romantic. Oh, I want these earrings now. I'm liking that look. A metre of solid sterling silver. Now, something's happened lately. I haven't heard what it is, but normally with the solid sterling silver chains, especially the metre lengths, we're normally at $19.95. On a good day, $17.95. So why the $14.95 and $11.95 has started happening, I have no idea. $11.95, incredible. We've had a text from Christine in Worcestershire. I did my shopping this morning so I could settle down this afternoon to watch Rachel. Waiting to be amazed as usual. Best wishes from Chris. Chris, you will be amazed. And that's an understatement. Honestly, cannot believe it. Deborah in Essex says, ooh, decisions. Rachel or sunshine? Rachel or sunshine? It's got to be Rachel.
Take your computer into the garden and watch it in the
Yes, Rachel. Sun lounger, computer, your little device on the table there. Pim's o'clock or fruit punch o'clock. Yes, definitely. That's what I would be doing. $11.95. You've got every reason to be tuning in today. Incredible. Okie dokies. More solid sterling silver. I can hear Jan ringing the bell on the bus. Guest designer Jan. Ding ding. Have a look at these. These are fab. Look at these. These would make great cufflinks as well, wouldn't they? They are fantastic toggle clasps that you've got here. Very regal indeed. Very regal. Solid sterling silver toggle clasp. You wouldn't want to hide this at all, would you? You'd want to make this a feature, most certainly. Your crown toggle clasp here, 9.5mm bar with a 20 by 12mm toggle. You've got 3 sets in total there as well. Again, really, really substantial. So, you know, there's certain gemstones, maybe like your tanzanite, if you've been lucky enough to get any tanzanite, your rubies, your emeralds, your sapphires. In fact, I'm just going to give you a sneaky peek. I have to. I'm going to say it's my favourite strand so far. It is. A ruby, emerald and sapphire. Look at the length of this strand and look at the quality. I would definitely be using this toggle clasp. Oh yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Look at that. Is that not the longest ruby emerald sapphire strand you've ever seen? I think with this clasp, that would look gorgeous. Wouldn't that look stunning? See, with any of your big 5, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, diamonds, tanzanite, it's got to be, hasn't it? It's got to be solid sterling silver. With pearls, it's got to be solid sterling silver. But these toggle clasps are so pretty, they're so beautiful, that I'm just thinking, make that a feature, make the most of that clasp. They are so pretty. And you're going to get 3 in total. Again, both 925 stamped. You've got a 925 stamp on your toggle and your clasp there as well. And we're at, where are you? It's just here, your 925. £9.95, £3.30 worn and a bit each per clasp for solid sterling silver. And look how decorative they are as well. They're stunning. In all of your bracelets, in your necklaces, they're going to look fantastic with the pearls. Again, you know, pearls, royalty, princesses. Hannah Stuart. I've got some pearls. Do you know what? I didn't have a strand of pearls until I came here at Jewellery Maker. Couldn't afford them. Little did I know we were selling them for next to nothing. EURF21 is your code for these. I'd be getting a couple multi-buy with your solid sterling silver. Take advantage of this opportunity this afternoon. Dave in Dorset, you're on the web. Maxine in Tennessee. Carolyn in County Durham. Joe in Devon. Debbie in Gloucestershire. Esther in County Down. You've just got yours on the telephone lines. Well done indeedy. Okie dokies. Righty ho. Sorry, Helena, lovely. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I'm dropping them. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. There's quite a few in here. These are pretty. Have a little look at these solid sterling silver spacers. Rachel, you wouldn't happen to have a little bit of wire I could pinch over there?
Silver wire.
Kind of, any will do, to be honest. Kind of 0.425 would be great.
0.4's coming over.
Just a little scrappage.
Yeah.
So I can just show you these on a piece of wire so you can really see the lustre.
I'll just give you a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Just a tiny snippet would be fantabulous. Thank you, Rachel.
That's it.
Lovely jubbly. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these on a little bit of wire for you so you can really see the lustre that you're going to get from these spacers. These are great for making your gemstones go further and adding that little bit of lustre into... Oh, whoa! Do you know what? I'm just thinking, actually, by themselves, they'd look incredible. In a bracelet, look at the lustre that you've got there. So I think you're going to get 10 in total. There's a lot of these here. Aren't they gorgeous? They are, right, so they look like little tiny weights for borrowers. They are so lustrous, aren't they? Really, really pretty. So it might be that you just want to use a couple of those in a design, or you might want to go for it. In a bracelet, look at that luster. Aren't they pretty?
Especially for a man's bracelet, actually, 2 around a single gemstone in a sort of dark, say, frosted agate, black frosted agate, or something like that, with the 2 spaces around one main bead, would be quite a good male look for bracelets.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? They'd be great for your gents' pieces. They are gorgeous. And actually, thinking about it, solid sterling silver spaces, don't have those very often, do we? They're really, really decorative again. And you can see, actually, just spinning them around there, you can catch your 925 stamp on the edge there. £7.95. There's so many of you coming through already, and multi-buying for these as well. That's an incredible, incredible deal that you've got there. Collect it in Essex ×2, Joe in Devon ×2. I spy cake. Oh, do you know what? I love our customers. I really do. Oh, bless her, she's gone already. She ran in with cake and then went. Brilliant. Some of our customers on Claire's workshop today. I love that. Just pops in with cake. Oh, there she is. Give us a wave. Yay. I love it. They're so busy filling their faces with cake. They didn't even know they were on the telly. £7.95. Oh, bless her. Look, they're all the way over there. That's all I'm going to be looking at now. Cake. And
puncture, didn't she, on the way? And I think that was the lady.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, so she battled to get here, and some really
did
really
puncture
well
on the way. Yoinks. That's not good. Cars. Okay, Helena. Oh, right. That's what I was waiting for. DI time. I think I was in the cake zone. That's what it was. The kits today, right? Just gonna give you a heads up. We have Rachel Norris, and we have no wire at the moment. The phone lines will be chocker blocker.
Yes.
Don't leave it in your basket. Check it out, because I don't have a massive quantity of these. I'm just warning you. Be quick. Okay. I don't even know where to be. I've never had this much wire in any of the kits that I've brought to you before, and both kits today are full of wire. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I've got 12 reels of wire. 12! Oh my gosh. Right, I've got antique bronze and your blue and your turquoise wire there. Okay, so I'll just, I think I've pretty much got everything here. So your antique bronze, you've got your 0.4, your 1mm, your 0.25. Okay. So we've got 20 metres of 0.4 in the antique bronze. Just going, so this is the thing, we've got that much wire. That's how much wire we've got. Okay, so I've got 60 metres there of your 0.25 antique bronze. That's your 0.4, that's your 1, and that's your 0.4, and that's your 1. Honestly, I've never seen so much wire. Literally, is this just 0.1? Is there a sneaky 0.8 in there, or is it just my eyes? It's probably just my eyes. 40 metres of your 1mm gauge. 40 metres of your 1mm gauge. I've got 30 metres of your 0.4 and your 0.25. In fact, there's 4, so there must be 2. I must have got one of these mixed up. Okay. There's a lot of wire, you know. Okay, so we'll start from the top again, shall we? 10 metres of your turquoise 0.1mm gauge. 10 metres of your blue 1mm gauge. I've got 40, 50, 60 metres, 60 metres of your 0.25mm gauge. 4 reels, 15 metres on each. I've got 2 of your 0.4 millimetre gauge, and I've got 4 at 0.1. That's a lot of wire, Rachel.
I just asked for lots of wire, and I said, "Can you get me?" Because I said I use so much.
We love you, Rachel.
Just loads and loads of wire, please.
Yeah.
And he loved them. He got wire from everywhere for me. So.
I think he did quite literally as well. I mean, I don't think I've ever had this much wire in a kit before. It's bonkers. So in total, we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 60. Yeah. 140. I love it. There's a bit of a moment of tumbleweed. 140 metres of wire. Wow. That will see you through for some time. The gemstones, incredible. Don't they work fantabulously with the wire that we've got? The blues and the antique bronze, they are just perfect. And look at how much you have. There's quite a few strands there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands of your gemstones here. So you've got 690 carats of your rainbow coloured hematite there. 11 millimetre rounds. They're huge, and look at those colours. And you've got 75 carats of your plain rounds, your 4 mil plain rounds there as well. They're so pretty. I love those colours. They're going to go with so much that you've already got in your stash. You have 180 carats of your bronze coated agate here, and they are 18 by 13 millimetres in size. Your micro plain rounds, 2 mil rounds, you've got 15 carats there as well. So total carat weight, huge. And wire, oh my gosh. Rachel, I'm surprised. There's just, you must have so much wire left as well.
I did actually, but in fact, I made loads and loads of pieces with it.
There's a lot of wire work in there.
And I probably used every single gemstone. I had about 5 gemstones left over.
Wow.
Because I made really gem-heavy pieces. But the wire colours go so fantastically with the hematite.
Yes.
I wanted to create a Persian woven blanket or rug sort of effect with tassels and real feeling of evening opulence and elegance. Something that will really shine it in the evening light really well. These sort of gemstones work so well in the evening light, going out for dinner and things like that.
They are
Special
gorgeous.
parties.
Really, really opulent as well, as you say. I can't believe how much wire you have in this kit. You've got to be checking out really, really quickly. £71.15 is where we should be. As always here at Jewellery Maker, we are going to make you huge, huge savings today. 120 metres of wire you have here. We're all the way down to £44.95. £26.20 saving you've got there towards the other kit. £44.95. 120 metres of wire. I've never ever seen that much wire in a kit before. That is just bonkers. It really is. Bananas.
Reels means you're not stuck with big reels to have to carry around in your bag.
Yeah.
You can take those little reels around and take them, they're transportable, whereas the big reels, sometimes you have lots of different ones.
Yeah.
You're a bit stuck for the weight of everything, so they're a bit more transportable.
They are fantastic. Wire workers, that is like wire work heaven, isn't it? It really, really is. Now, there's quite a lot of you there. Do bear with on the phone lines. Just make sure you push number 1 button straight away. If you've got that in your basket, don't hesitate. What was the original quantity that we started with, Helena? 70. It's not going to be enough. And, yeah, you know, all of that wire. All of that wire, it's quite weighty, isn't it? You've only got 1 P&P. 1 P&P. Doesn't matter how many times you shop with us today either. Now, I don't know where to start, Rachel. Oh my gosh. You know, I honestly don't know where to, right, okay. Veronica and Gloucestershire, you've just got 2. Guess what? Nobody pays any more than anybody else. We're taking the price down.
Gosh, lucky things.
We're saving you over £30 on this kit now.
Yes.
Oh.
For all the wire as well, you see, it's not just the gem, all that wire and the potential then.
Wow. Rachel, I'm going to come to this piece first because there is so much work involved here. You would have to put a 3-figure price tag on this piece.
I think for the time it took me to make it as well. But when you think of the cost of the gemstones and wire isn't enormous, actually. It's the time.
Look at that design.
And the nice thing is, I wanted to make it look like a Persian woven blanket with tassels. With, you know, going back to the Paisley was the original Persian. It was invented in around that time in Persian times in ancient history, and then taken and modernised each sort of each 100th century would be used in something else. And so I've gone back to it's a very mandalic design and I used to use it for contemplation. The shape, you see, you'd look at it and you'd contemplate and if you look at all the different Paisley designs in wallpaper and materials, they've got this fantastic concentric circles and design. So this is just one sort of Paisley design. You can actually make this design up into all sorts of different arrangements. You can have two side by side, a little line of them. You can put different patterns of things inside them, which I've tried to show in the heart shape as well, that you can put swirls and curls like an Alison Tarry swirl inside, fill them up with swirls, or you can fill them up with the gemstone setting that I'm going to show you today. And have fun creating your own design as well.
Do you know, Rachel, I know we've looked at one piece and I know already there's going to be so many messages coming through saying, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. They are unbelievable. I just want to show you this little chap. Rachel.
Because the little rice beads are perfect for a dragonfly body, and the little tiny little eyes, they got the rainbow sheen. I should have really put some blue, my husband said put some blue wire in the wings, and I'd already made it, and perhaps I should have put some blue wire in the wings to have iridescence coming through, and you could try that out. And
again, Rachel, you've got your money back on this kit from this brooch.
Yeah,
that's it, you know?
I'd sell it for £45 to 48, and that would be
money back.
Yeah.
Wow, just the pieces here, Rachel, are just exquisite. They really are. They're fantastic.
Thank you very
love
much
them. You must have worked so hard on all of these.
I did, but it was great therapy at the time. Yes, great therapy this week. It's been good to be able to put my mind into making these pieces. And
we're glad you did. So what are you going to demo for us then,
we're going to do the Paisley. We're going to work through one of the shapes. And if you've got time, work through one of the links so you can work back up. But the links, I must admit, I'm sure I could design them better. They're a little bit complicated. And I think if I'd sat down and had a bit more time, I'd have tried to make a simpler design. But we'll try and work through them, and the stages are photographed in stages on the Facebook page, so they are there.
You did just say we've had a text, Helena, one of many, I would imagine. It is from Lorraine in Yorkshire. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely stunning and breathtaking. You're a complete inspiration. Do you know, Helen in West Yorkshire, wow, they are stunning, such an inspiration. I'm getting out my wire now. I would, definitely. It's incredible. Fabulous. I can't believe it. I was shocked last night when you sent me the pictures, but today they're just like...
Well, if nobody made it after all this hard work, you know, it'd be nice if I want lots of people to have a go at making these designs, and even in their simplest... because basically the methods from this one follow through into the second DI as well. So what you learn here, you can follow through into the next one as well, and use exactly the same techniques, but make a completely different design.
Yeah. Fab. Okay.
So first of all, I got out pen and paper and decided to work out what if that can go on the overhead one, what shape we can do. You can have all sorts of different shapes. I thought, do we do a little one and a big one together? Which you can have two together. You can have all these sort of different shapes and things, and they're all photographed on the website as well. But I planned for a kind of falling, tumbling design, and work from that sort of shape first of all. The next thing I did. So I started making one, and basically make three exactly the same way, but one is just facing the left hand. So two are right hand and one is left hand, or the other way around. As long as you make two facing one way and one the other way, you can make up the design. So first of all, I should have got a bit of blank paper. One of the little ovals, which are beautiful, and you just polish them up, and some of them have a sort of purplish sheen, some are very bronze sheen, and drew a little circle round it.
Okay.
So approximately with a little bit of space around the circle, around the oval, sorry, to make the first shape. And I want to make a little frame for the back of the gemstone. Sorry about this confusion here. I would have got a blank.
That's all right.
Bit of paper, and then a little short bit of wire, bits of your scrap wire that you don't use. Put them in the box, and have these ready. And what I've done, I'm going to go through the shape that I was using, which is actually this one here. Make it slightly bigger, and just make a little shape round. And I'm doing this fairly quickly because I've got some finished ones to show you.
Okay.
And just take a bit of time, bend that upwards, shape, put it on the shape again, bring that round. This is the most slightly more awkward turn. Just turn inwards, turn the wire inwards, and then pop it back on. That's approximately the right shape. Press with your fingers down and make sure both sides are nice and equal. Then trim that down to the approximate length. Then once you've got this little tracing of your first shape, press it on a piece of paper, like so. On top of these wonderful XL bead mats, which I use all the time, literally everywhere it goes with me. Press it down, and you'll have a little impression, which you probably can't see, but like you trace it over. Sorry, my hands is shaky hand. Sorry. Trace it over, and then you've got your shape, and you can repeat it. So you can make your 3 shapes exactly the same. You don't have to judge it each time. You've got a shape that you can work from and make 3 identical shapes, and not and takes the stress out of it. What I've done is just curled. I'm not going to show you the curling process because everyone hopefully knows how to do a little curl. So you move from this, and I've got 15 millimeters projection from the end here. Okay, and that will then curl down to make a nice little curl inside the shape there. And then I've got a little base plate for my stone to sit on. So I'll take that one away. I'm going to work from this little base plate now. And then what I did was put the base plate on a piece of paper and drew a little shape round it, like that, little curly shape. And there's another one. Drew a little curly shape round, and then put the little bead inside it. Stop, shaky hand. Checked it fitted inside these little spaces, like that. And again, the photograph's on the website of my thoughts, my crazy thoughts. And there we are. And so I made 8 little bumps round, and then had some wires projecting. Just make sure that those spaces are big enough to fit your little, are they 5 mil?
I think they were 4 mil.
Yes, 4 to 5 mil, aren't they? Beads inside. And then what I did was make a little shape following that template.
Okay.
If you're worried about getting things symmetrical, just do 1/2. I made a little shape. I'll just show you how to make a few little bumps, because again it's the same all the way through. If you're unsure about, this is the shape you end up with, making things symmetrical, do 1/2 or 1 little bump. Use the impression technique, press it onto the paper, and then you can get all your little bumps the same size.
Brilliant.
And 1/2 exactly the same shape as the other, and just check it fits round. I'm going to round your little template at the end. So that's what you should end up with, but I'm just going to show you a little other wiggly technique to make it now. But that's what we should be ending up with. So taking round nose and chain nose pliers, these are the main tools we use. I've got a sort of 50 centimetre length of wire. Probably don't need that much, I'm just being a bit overcautious. Starting in the middle, start to make your first little round, and try and keep the round nose pliers at the same height, making your round shape each time. I think this is a little bit big, so what I'm going to do is adjust downwards with the shape, and then kink it upwards, or kick it upwards again to make the next little bump. And I'm just using the tips of the chain nose pliers. These lovely chain nose pliers that we've got on at JM have lovely little fine tips. If you really want to be have good tools for wire working, the thinner the tips of the chain nose pliers are, the better for getting these little tiny little shapes.
I've got some chain nose pliers. I do. It just so happens, Rachel. Because we've got a lot of wire today, obviously we thought, well, we'll bring you the pliers if we can, because lots of you wire workers will need them. I know, it suits me, doesn't it, Rachel? I think. Look at these pliers. Oh yes, look at the pliers, sorry. Totally detracting from the pliers there. I've got the chain nose pliers, the long chain nose pliers and the bent nose pliers as well. So for those of you that are wire workers, you're going to need these most certainly. And as you were just saying, Rachel, you just can't do it without them, can you?
Yes, the long ones you can get into small spaces, or they can actually cope with big coils, big long diameter, big wide diameter coils of spirals of wire. You've got a big longer face to actually work with.
Right.
These are fantastic for getting to smaller spaces. And these little hook ones for getting in and under things.
They're brilliant, especially for your chainmail, actually, your bent nose pliers. If you're trying to get in and hold your jump rings in place.
Tiny little awkward little manoeuvres, yes.
They're brilliant, aren't they? Have a look at these. Fabulous, fabulous tools you've got here. So you're going to get all 3 pairs of your pliers as well. So they're going to be fabulous for all of that wire that you've got today. And that's not all the wire you're going to get either. There's so much more to come. $11.85, that's your should-be price tag. For 3 pairs, we're going down even lower. NPGC 42 is your code for this one. $7.95. Wow.
That's amazing.
I'm really shocked.
I mean, there should be £15 each or something, or £10 each.
Well, if you're trying to buy them elsewhere, I know other people have looked elsewhere.
How much
We're
is that a
so
tool?
competitive, aren't we? That's like £2 something per tool.
It's amazing, isn't that?
Wow, it really, really is. Do you know what? It's no wonder that so many of you multi-buy as well. And, you know, if you are a wire worker, jewellery maker, you'll know anyway that you can never have enough tools, can you? You've got to have some in your workshop, some in your craft bag for when you're on the move. It's like pens, you can never find the right one when you're looking for it. So if you can, multi-buy as well. You know, it might be that you need to upgrade the ones you've already got, or maybe you just want some extras. Maybe if you teach yourself. That's really affordable. These are flying out of the door.
Fantastic.
Goodness, well done. Okies. Fabulous, isn't it? I'll let you carry on.
Well, I wasn't thinking. I should have done a bit more prep actually while you were talking. I was being silly. There we go.
Oh, you were paying too much attention to the pliers, weren't you, in the price?
I couldn't believe it actually. I thought that was per tool actually, to be honest. But there we go. I'm just going to just attach some 0.4 wire around this little setting. I'll put this one aside for a minute. So we make this little shape up with about 4 centimetres of tail at the end, and then I'm going to make a little prong setting. Again, the diagram for this is on the website, but use some scrap wire if you're first of all making your prong setting, and make sure you've got about 2/3 around the stone, 2/3 of the height of the stone, and 1/3 projecting above the stone. That's because the stones have different widths and thicknesses. Go for approximately that. That'll probably work. And I've done 3 large bends in the middle and 2 smaller ones. Again, I don't know if you can see that. Like so.
Okay.
And when you bend it round, just check that this fits. In fact, what I'm going to do is just, again, the shape is on the photograph.
Is this on your Facebook page, Rachel?
No, this is going to be. These have all been photographed ready before the show, so we've got all the stages done.
On
so
our website.
On your if you look at the Jewellery Maker album, download all the stages, and then you can almost use it alongside the program. I'll try to make it almost like a magazine article with the detail of the stages, so you've got all the stages laid out.
Brilliant.
That's what I do try and do, because I do the photography before the show. Otherwise, we use the stages, and you can't really. You know, do the same. So what I've done is just bend these 2 end wires up, and I've started to bend the setting round into place. Right, so to fit around the stone on the setting which is sitting there, just check it fits. And it might need some adjustment. And the worst comes worst, if you feel it's too large, you can bend these prongs or move these prongs together. You can push them together a bit. You've got some leeway actually, and it doesn't have to fit exactly around. You can have a gap at the end. It doesn't matter as long as you've got enough prongs to hold the stone in place. And also you've got the option then of using a cabochon. If you've got a cabochon you want to use, right, this one's got a drill hole, so you also have the ability of added ability of stability with attaching it with the wire. But if you have got a cabochon, you want to use this technique. This will work well with a cabochon as well. So next, what I've done So I've attached a backing plate, and I've not done quite enough wraps round, but we need to move on. What we need to do is wrap along this little bit in the middle of the backing plate with the midsection of your 0.4 wire, and I would use a little bit more than I have, perhaps use about 1 metre.
Yeah.
And I need to wrap up to the top with one side, and one side, one and then two. We can take that gizmo away unless, because I don't need it for the minute, yeah. And this one, bring the wire up to, this will be fitting onto the back of the stone, so we can conceal this little wrap across and then put it to the other side of the top of the base plate, and that fixing just ensures the base plate stays together and intact at the back. So I've got 2 wires projecting out. Next thing to do is attach to this little setting first of all, actually on this one in the middle. So what I'm going to do is just crunch this together a little bit so that it fits. Make sure that little cross wrap is at the front, because this is the bit that people can see from the back, so I want it kind of neat. And then do 1 and 2 wraps around the central top part of this little blue wireframe setting. 2 wraps, keeping this little base plate flat and not letting it ride up over that little indentation, little notch, and then wrap along on this side for a couple of wraps for the minute, because I want to attach the other side. And then we're starting to get this attaching quite nicely, so it won't be too bad to work with. Another wrap on this side, a couple of wraps we'll do, pulling that round. I'm pressing with my fingers here just to keep it flat. Now I don't want it riding up over above, I will need to keep it all in one plane. I'm using less wire than I normally would have used, because you will need a bit more than this to work around the setting. Worst comes to worst, you add more in, but it's nice to work with one length, and it's less fiddly that way. I've designed the setting so that we're going to fit the prong setting on at the next set of little interchangements. If you want to bring something on while I just work down to there and there, it would be lovely.
Okay, Rachel, what should we do, Helena? What else have we got? How about this for a bonus? A trio of Rachel Norris DVDs. It's like having your very own Rachel Norris at home. This is brilliant. We've got the earrings, the wire gizmo, and the motifs DVDs here. These are priceless, I think. Oh, in fact, we was talking to... just trying to think whose workshop it was. A gate crashed a week or so ago. There was a workshop going on next door, and when I came I went in there and spoke to some of the customers, and we were having a discussion about the DVDs, and they were all saying that the DVDs are priceless, because it's brilliant to have these at home. Work at your own pace. If there's something you get stuck on, you can rewind, you can pause, you can stop, go off and do something and come back if you want to. You can watch it as many times as you like. Like I say, it's like having your very own guest designer at home with you. So you're going to get 3 individual DVDs. On the motifs DVD, you've got the introduction, Rachel's heart pendant, Gemma's heart necklace, and Gemma's owl motif. On the wire gizmo projects, you've got the introduction, the coiling techniques, the beaded coil, the bicone technique, the flower, and finishing off. And on the earrings DVD, you've got make your own earring findings, Aztec earrings, Art Deco earrings, and Aphrodite earrings on there as well. So there's absolutely tons on this DVD for you to get on with.
And those little earring projects can be made into pendants quite happily. So each one of those little earrings could make into some small little pendants or charms as well. So they're not just for earrings, they're quite universal pattern designs.
And there's a little clip there from the DVD. So all 3 should be £14.85. But we're going to bring you all 3 for an incredible, incredible price tag. Wow. They're normally £4.95 each. So £6.95 for all 3 is an incredible price tag. Maybe, you know, you live quite far away from the Midlands and you can't make it down to one of Rachel's workshops. Get the DVDs instead. That is a fabulous deal you've got there. OIGC84 is your code for this one. Wow. I want this DVD now. Look at those. Woo! Rachel, those are incredible.
Also, just simple techniques to get you gain confidence with wire, because it was one of the first pendant settings I actually did as well. So, I mean, this is a long time ago. I was still learning. Long time ago. Yes, look at haggard and knackered I look now. But it's...
You're fine, Rachel. Do you know, in fact, Rachel, every time that I work with you, I always stand here thinking, isn't her skin amazing? She's got amazing skin.
I put it down to overeating and lots of Diet Coke and McDonald's.
Oh, really?
or another Burger King or something like that.
What?
Anyway.
That's where I'm going wrong then.
And actually, if you get a little bit of a sleep, 20 minutes nap if you can at any time, a little bit of sleep, it's a great healer, actually, and lots of fresh water.
Yeah, I do drink a lot of water. Perhaps not enough sleep for me then, that's maybe where I'm going wrong.
I'm going to be 50 this year, it's scary. Yep. Anyway, right, so what...
Shock! Rachel, you do not look 50 at all. At all. You should hear them in the gallery. She is not 50. I think she just asked some special birthday presents myself.
Yeah, I could be 50. I'm 50 in 10 years' time, yeah. No. Basically, what I've done is put the prong setting straight in there. Prong setting on top of the other little base plate, ready to attach round 3 points. 3 little wires are going to attach around this area here. Yeah. And so 1 or 2 or 3 wraps, I think probably 2 is sometimes enough when you're using this 0.4 wire. Yeah, sorry, 0.4 wire. 2 round this one, and then once round the base plate only, and keep wrapping around the base plate till you get to the next prong, and attach it in the same way. And I'll show you a finished one in a minute and talk it through, just show you the process of it. Just make sure this stays up on the base plate. If you feel like it's slipped down on one side, use the pliers at this point to just slightly squeeze the wire so it's sitting proud to the base plate. And do the same on the other side and work along the other side too. So 2 wrapping around all 3 wires at this point, because they just happen to be meeting. So I did try and work that out, so it worked out like that. And that means then all your designs become balanced and they're the same.
Rachel, I've just got to tell you, we've got lots of text messages coming in now. Shock horror that you're 50 nearly. No one can believe it. She's not really. You can't be.
I'm afraid so. Yeah, time marches on. So what I did then was carry on round. I'll show you the finished one. We'll talk it through because it's much easier actually sometimes. You know what I'm doing. Yeah. So what I've done is attached round all the way around here with the 0.4 wraps, and where we touch with the little curls of the back plate, I've also wrapped round there. Okay. And wrapped around until we got to the bottom. I'm not wrapping around that little bottom bit here. I'm wrapping just around the bit of the prong here, and the second to last little intersection, leaving 2 wires ready to set this gemstone into place. Okay. And 2 long tails. And what I'm going to do, just to make it easier to thread through, is cut the 0.4 wire into shape. I've got a bead, which is beautiful to put on, and slightly just polish it as you put it in, because it's just easier to keep it clean then. It's cleanly set. Push it into place. Wow. And with this one, because it's slightly different to the other design, we're pushing it through the top prong. Even this you can turn into a little ring or a set of earrings. You know, these elements that you can use in lots of your designs. It's a really nice sort of technique. Take the 0.4 wire and sort it out so it's not all over the place. Wrap it round the first intersection once. Pull it quite tight because I want to have, and I'm holding the stone tightly with my fingers. Pulling it down and then wrapping it around the next bit of the base plate, cutting it and tucking in really well, because this you mustn't have any sharp wires to catch with this. Tuck this in really well with a round curve of your pliers. Do the other wire, you do the same, putting up as close to this little, the inner part of this notch as possible, just at this point here. So you're sort of hiding the wire as much as you can, and if you pull it, it will click into place. Okay. Always not when I'm here. There we go. I think it's a little stress when your body works well when you're in calm, when you're doing wire work, and the wire responds better. So if you're happy and calm, it will work much better than if you're stressed. So get yourself into a good state of mind, tuck it in. Now, to set the gemstone, use the rubber ends of your pliers.
Okay.
And you can press in first of all with your fingers if you like. Okay. Do you know what? I didn't attach that prong. I was going to demonstrate it, so forgive me. I didn't demonstrate attaching that prong, so it's not in place. So I forgot I hadn't done that. So it might not fit properly. Use the edges around those pliers to start to, and these rubber edges will mean that you won't mark the wire. So I'm pushing top to bottom, and I should have attached that prong, which I haven't done. I was going to demonstrate it, so it's not done properly. And that's in place. Just have to pretend that's done, and then set this into place like this. Press and press, and then it becomes a pattern over the gemstone nicely into place. And spend a bit of time pressing that into place over the gemstone. That one's not attached well, so it's not going to fit into place properly.
Okay.
If you feel they're crossing over each other, you can use the pliers just to manipulate the wire gently. Use your fingers. You can squash the prongs from side to side and adjust them slightly so that they look balanced. Okay, so we've now got a set gemstone in a little flower setting.
That looks so pretty.
So we're now going to build it up. We're going to try and build it up to this stage, which looks a bit messy and wiry and all these sort of things, but we're going to add on layers just like a Paisley print to make a sort of mandalic shape of a sort of teardrop. So we're going to next I'll put this down to one side so I have it, a kind of teardrop of brown wire, of antique bronze wire, and I've just got to make sure I do it in reverse. I'm doing it in reverse, the other one. So I'm setting it next to the blue in a setting like so, so I can check where it fits. And I've made a little teardrop shape, and then you make an impression, and then you can actually use it for your other ones, so they're exactly the same size. So one good thing to do is draw around, which I should have said, is draw around this little setting, which I've done here. Draw around it and get your shapes.
Yeah.
So that's, make sure you draw your teardrop round and you've got your shapes ready. Okay, so that's why I should have said that first. And then what you do next is I've got my sort of kidney balloon shape and I'm just going to start to attach no, I'm not going to do anything yet. I'm actually also going to make some crinkles. So I need to make some crinkles also around because I'm going to attach it all at the same time.
Okay.
So crinkles all around. So I've got a little bit of, you make this in exactly the same way as your larger crinkles.
Okay.
But they're quite quick to make. Just practice on a bit of scrap wire first, and round those pliers at that same point. Just make a curve. Push your fingers round. Okay. Slightly adjust the pliers. I'm rotating the pliers, rotating my hand. I'm obviously not. You've got to take care to make sure they're symmetrical.
Yeah.
And I'm making a little zigzag, like a little crinkle. I've not done this very well, but it's sort of like that. And so these little crinkles have got to be enough to fit your little tiny 2mm beads in.
Okay.
So carry on for a nice long length, making these little crinkles so you've got a crinkly shape, like so. Okay, so like that. That's the technique you use. It's just using round nose pliers. If you feel that one's gone out of shape, try and catch it early because you don't want to have to reshape the whole lot. Yeah. So if you feel one's not quite right in the right size, get it sorted out before you move on and do too many. Right. Okay, so keep an eye on it. And again, it takes practice. You may not get practice on scrap wire first and have a little go and then do it on your final bit. And the wire isn't expensive, so it's not the end of the world.
And you've got lots of time at home as well, haven't you? You can just practice.
So I ended up making, I'm trying to think how long it is, about 16 to 18 centimetres of crinkle, and then fit it around your shape ready, which is there. So there's lots of shapes, don't worry, they all fit together. So this crinkle shape fits around this brown shape nicely eventually. Okay, so I'm putting this one side. We're going to add all the gemstones at this point. I'm going to put these bits of paper away so I don't knock them because we don't need them anymore. and get some 0.4 wire and just check that your the 0.4 wire fits through your gemstones. It did in my case, it fitted through the little ones as well. But I've included the 0.25 wire because actually some of them don't. So you've got the option of, with these tiny little beads, of using the 0.25 wire as well. So I'm going to use a very small amount because we're just doing this for the demonstration, so we can move on to the next stage. But you can work with quite a long length, but add it in intersections. I'm just going to work out where I did. First of all, to work out exactly where, if you want to just mark with a little black pen where you're going to be attaching these, or even on your diagram on your piece of paper, just where you're going to be attaching, that just makes it so much easier. So first of all, I'm going to do a wrap along this frame, and if you want to bring something to air while I'm just doing that, it'll be fantastic.
I will. I think Helena's on the phone. Yeah. Right, we're just letting Rachel go. She's so good. We'll just leave her to it. She's back. She's back. Helena, what shall I bring next? What should we do? Oh, the wire mandrel. The mandrel and the wire, I should say. This is fab. Different coloured wire as well. So actually, we had some blue coloured wire in the kit, didn't we? So that would work fantastically, and that is your 0.6mm blue wire. You've got your chartreuse at 0.6mm wire, and your pink coloured copper wire there at 0.4 as well. So these coloured wires, brilliant to have. You know, maybe you're doing a really funky chainmail design. You know, we don't have jump rings in these colours, so you'll need to make your own jump rings. If you're making your own earring findings, maybe get these home as well. And just fantastic for any of your wire work, mixing up these colours. I've also got your mandrel here as well. Really, really handy tool to have, especially, you know, for lots of making different shapes, especially your wire work in particular, as Rachel is doing today. I know lots of you, some of you at home will just find anything you can, bits of Lego, pens, mascara, get a mandrel. Very, very handy indeed. So you're going to get 30 metres of wire in total. Your 0.6 blue coloured wire, your 0.6 chartreuse, and your 0.4 pink coloured wire you've got there as well. Add it to your order. I did say today was going to be wire-tastic, and it is indeed. 0800 644 655, all on the web at JewelleryMaker.com, ZDGC63. That price there, it's fantastic, isn't it? But we're going even lower. We're going even lower for you today. So if you're not on the phone lines already, do it now. Dial that number, press your number 1 button. We are going lower. $6.95. Do you know, we saved you so much money on the kit. You can come in and get this, and you get something else as well. I definitely. $6.95, 30 metres of wire. And you've got your mandrel there as well. And I know so many of you saying you have more than one mandrel at home. Really handy tool to have around. So having more than one is very useful. Fiona in Nottinghamshire, you've got yours. Marie in Devon, Rosemary in South Yorkshire, Heather in Lincolnshire, Martina in Neath even, not Neath. Marcy in Lanarkshire, Leslie in Lanarkshire, you're there as well. ZDGC63 is your code for this one. Get this home. You've got 30-day money-back guarantee, although I don't think you're going to be using it, are you? What do we need 30 days to think about? Stocking filler. Helena's on it already. I'd write in a little list. I'll have the white and mandrel as my stocking filler. $6.95. Do you know what it is, isn't it? It really is. It's a treat yourself price. Like, you know, sometimes when you can't justify things to yourself, especially as a mum, it's difficult. But I just say, forget that. Scrap that. $6.95. You've earned it. Well done. Hold those lines if you've got that in your basket. Make sure you're checking out. Fabulous. How are you getting on, Rachel?
I'm just ready to set up this one. So what I've done is very carefully placed the blue wire, the crinkly blue wire, the inner frame, inner brown frame, and the gemstone setting approximately how I'd like it to sit. And you can't, there is scope for adjustments. It's not the end of the world. You haven't got quite the right place. And I'm going to do one wrap around all 3 wires just to start to secure them all together. Without. And then this bit, you just need to once you've got this little bit fixed, things will start to hold together. You're not going to have to hold them all in place, and it will be a bit easier. This is sort of the awful bit where it's terrible to demonstrate on TV because it looks like it's going all over the place. Holding my thumb and forefinger, holding these together, start to bring these 3 frames together with a wrap. Press the wrap flat with your fingers to start helping to sit in one plane. And I'm just going to do another one to help secure it in place. And then I'm just going to put it down and just check it sits. You can adjust it a little bit, because luckily you've got the other end to adjust it with, if you like. This is, as I say, the fiddly bit. I'm going to pull it quite tight and pull the wire around. Sit it down, press with your fingers to make sure it's flat, and then bring one of the little beads, the 4mm hematites, into place, and then thread it round. So I'm going to put my head over, sorry, into the little frame setting around the oval gemstone, and pull it tight. So you're going to add in gemstones as you work round, you see. Not going to fill up the blue crinkles yet, but we're going to fill up the turquoise crinkles. And then this is the bit we need to keep fairly flat. Okay. Push with your fingers, pull back up, and it's going up on the back of the setting. Now if you're clever, you can thread it back through the gemstone again, but that needs a bit more technique. I thought I'm not going to actually demonstrate that on TV, but if you do know the technique of threading it back through the gemstone, you can do that. But it'll be fine sitting at the back of the gemstone, because it's not a clear gemstone. If you had a clear one, you'd want to get it back through the same hole. Then thread it back through all 3 wires again, adjacent to that wrapping, and you've got the first wrap and attachment in place. It's a bit messy because I'm doing it live on air, but you want to make sure it's tight together. And pull up the wire, and so it's only wrapping around the brown frame. Okay, so you've got that first attachment done. And also I've wrapped along here a little bit so that I can do another quick attachment. Keep on wrapping around. At this stage, we're only just going to meet the first crinkle of the blue, so I'm just going to wrap around those 2 only. So what you need to do is work around the whole thing, attaching where the blue, the turquoise and the dark blue frames meet the brown. Sometimes they'll meet at the same point and you can wrap around all of them, and sometimes they won't, so you can just wrap around the one that meets it. So I'm going to talk through the next stage, which is completed. You can see it a little bit more clearly. So that's the basics of the attachments, and when you get to these turquoise bits, you start to add in the gemstones. We're going to move on to the next stage. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean.
Fab.
That was the fiddly bit. You see, as you work along it, it'll actually be so much easier to attach. Once you've got 2 or 3 of these attachments in place, it's much, much easier. Oh, would it be easier against the background, or it's easier to show? No.
Yeah, no, it's fab.
There. So you need to get work round attaching at all these points where the 2 frames meet.
Okay.
And with this, part, the frame is starting to splay away from this setting. So what I've done is add 2 beads on one side and 1 little tiny 2mm bead on the other side, just to meet through to the setting. These 2 prongs at the end I've bent upwards slightly, and I've got some 0.4mm wire left here to carry on, but I want to attach something else into this space. I've also taken some time just to fix this with some scrap wire, so it makes it a bit easier to attach and form the shape in later stages. And the first part of it, I've kept it fairly loose so you can work around it, and it's actually quicker to do it that way. But as it becomes more formed and shaped, just shape this teardrop into shape so you've got it. And that's what you should end up with, these lengths of wire here. And the lengths of wire that you should end up with are approximately, and in fact I'll cut them down for later on. I'll show you in the next stage. So what I'm going to do is make a little shape to fit into this little space here. And because every paisley print you make is going to be different, I'm going to show you a technique of making a coil, a spiral, with an indeterminate length of wire into a space that you don't know the length of wire that should fit into it. So we're going to make the coil from the inside out. You see what I mean? Okay. So taking a length of scrap wire, probably, or a little length of wire, I've probably got about 20 centimetres. Again, that's far too long, but you probably will only need about 10 centimetres or so. We've got a little space. I'm going to move this mat away now because I think you might see it better on the white background. And we've got a little space here to fit a little spiral into. The spiral I want to make is like this. So I want to make this little spiral to fit into the shape. So it will fit into this space here, like so, which would be quite pretty. And you can fill the whole space with these spirals if you like, or different shapes and sizes. So make the larger spiral first, using the tips of the chain nose pliers. Cut the end off first of all, so it's circular. Keep on spiraling down, and I want it fairly loose because I want to fit gemstones in these spaces, so it's not going to be a tight one, it's going to be quite a loose spiral. So what you do is check in the centre. Oh yes, it's not quite big enough, so keep on moving around. You can use your pliers or your fingers or whatever to make a different spiral shape. Yeah, that's about right. You know, it looks quite nice. It'll fit into that space. I want to then start to make a curl to fit into this small space. So what I'm going to do is make a curl first of all with my fingers. Yeah, it just about fits into the space, doesn't it, like so. Okay, so you've got enough to fit to either side, and I've got to be able to fit and attach or wrap wire to it. There, so there's a spiral. Now pick there's the outer part of the spiral, put the chain nose pliers in and start to work down and move the chain nose pliers down, so that you're working around to make a smaller spiral. So you can make an inverse spiral if you like. Cut this with the tips, the edge of the flush cutters facing the spiral, so you can get a nice flush cut end. And then we can just slightly adjust this, but it means that you can fit a spiral into any space without knowing exactly the length of wire that you need, just in an inverse way. So that's about right. There we go, it will fit into the space. Use your impression technique on the piece of paper so you can make the spirals exactly the same. Brilliant. So I did that actually without using that impression. I was able to use that technique to make it exactly the same just by using that space and the technique there. But luckily it's turned out almost exactly the same. So the next thing to do is fill that little gem spiral up with gemstones. So we'll use that one because I know it does fit. And I want to make it sure it ends up like that little beautiful little spiral with gemstones in. That's what I want it to end up looking like. So it's going to end up looking like that.
That's gorgeous.
You can see, there we go, that's it. Right, so taking a length of 0.4mm wire, I'll just bear with me. And it can be a short length, about 50 to 60 centimetres. Let me work out what I did. Where I wrap first of all. Now what I want to do is make sure that I've got an end wire for attachment to the rest of the shape here. So I'm going to leave quite a bit of long bit of wire here to attach, and then start to wrap around the larger end of the spiral at the top a few times. And remember, the outer edge of the spiral is of longer distance than the inner edge of the spiral. So I just need more wraps around the outer edge than the inner edge, than the inner curve. So I've wrapped about 4 wraps, squeeze that together with pliers so it looks neat, and then add in a little bead. And you can use any sort of lovely jumble of beads you like. You can fill the spaces up. I've got lovely different sizes here with the 2mm and the 4mm. They fit, the 2mm fits beautifully into the curve of the spiral nicely. If I hold that up, I'll just attach it, you can see what I mean. And then just wrap twice around the inner part of the spiral. I've just got to make sure I catch it with my fingers, there we go. And twice around there. And then back to the outer part, and you can add a bead in at this stage actually on the traverse back. So I'm going to put another 0.4 in, and I've actually just kinked this wire a little bit so it might not take the bead. Again, if you try and avoid a kink happening, it'll make your life much easier, so I might have to force it over. You have to do it. There, that's it. Okay, bring another bead across in that traverse back to the outer spiral, and then carry on. And luckily, because this is quite an open spiral, you can actually do this quite quickly. So you can build up these wraps really, really quickly. So 5 or 6 wraps, and then build up another one. I'll add another, and then we'll show you the finished piece, because you can see really what we're doing. So it's exactly the same technique. So I'm just adding another bead, attaching it to the centre. And if the space is big enough, you can use one of the bigger beads as well, the 4mm ones.
They look so pretty.
They all look, I mean, the rainbow colours, and actually such beautiful evening wear. I'm just going to show you the finished spiral section that we're ready to attach. So what I've done is I've worked up this outer spiral with several wraps, about 6 wraps around the outer to 2. I've done 6 to 2 actually. When I got to this point, I added a larger bead, and then carried on wrapping up the smaller spiral, adding in a couple of beads, and left a tail at the end. The tail at the end is ready for attachment as well. And that tail at the end, you thread on a 4mm bead and about 4 little 2mm beads. So thread onto that tail. That's the smaller end of the S. That's ready to 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was going all slow then, all relaxed. That was right. Next thing to do is attach this in to this point here. Now it's sort of speed making. I'm sorry. Everyone. Attach this into this point here. Hold it into place. And I'm just going to wrap that round for the minute. Okay. Hopefully I'll be able to talk through the rest of it. But this is the bit I wanted to talk to you about. I'm going to snip this bit. Larger end of the spiral faces towards the gap here that we've got at the base of the first setting that we had. And then I'm just attaching round both. Let me see how I did it. Round. Best thing to do is attach around both. Cinch that together. I'll put the bead then to save me time, so I wouldn't have to find it. And then you can see it clicking together there. And probably another wrap round the little spiral will do. Bring it up between the 2 ends of the turquoise wire. Try and make it a bit neater than this. And then add in one of the long rice beads, which fits it nicely into that space. And then find a space at the base of this setting and wrap it round a couple of times, and then secure and attach in. So hold the rice bead finger and thumb. In fact, I should have done centre. Pop it through the centre part of the setting first, right at the base of the prongs. Just in there, right at the base. So it's central. Pull down. The wire will come up, and then you've got some quite leeway for attachment at the base here. So wrap it around a few times to secure. I'll wrap it around once, I'm afraid, just because we haven't got an enormous amount of time. So what you then do is continue wrapping with these side wires. In exactly the same way that you're attaching this, you wrap along and attach to the spiral and these bits all the way along. And these little beads will fill up that last little space. So I'll show you the next little bit. We've got to move from this to this bit, this shape. And what I've done, you can see, I've wrapped all the way around, attaching that spiral in place. And you can also see I've added another layer in, and this looks quite pretty as it is. You can use this just to attach gemstones to, and have it as its own right, as a pretty object without this outer layer. And if you want to go for more complexity, you add on another layer of wire. And add in the blue, and you're adding it in exactly the same way that you did the other layers. So it's another layer round, shape it to the shape you've got. And you can see I've used exactly the same technique that I used to add in this layer. I've just added in the layer and added in the little blue beads as I've gone. And what we're left with at the end is lots of little stubs of wire, and then you can curl them down and make your lovely shapes. All these little points here are points of attachment, so you can join the shapes together and have fun. And once you've got this little shape, you can have 2 bean shapes like that. You can have them like that. Yeah. And you can do what you like. You can have fantastic fun with all these shapes. You make them different sizes and put them together. But that's the basic Paisley sort of shape and design. What I do is just take the scrap wire away and just curl this down and use all the wire ends just to attach these bits together. Wow. And that's what the Paisley shape is. I'm sorry we haven't had time to go through the setting.
No, that's absolutely fine, Rachel. That's just such an incredible piece, isn't it? Side bit. I noticed, Rachel, on these pieces here, you have used the gizmo, and I did move it out of your way. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
And lovely. Oh, do you know what? I've just completely gone out of my head what I was going to say. Does that ever happen to you, Rachel?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Do you know when you go upstairs and you think,
what am I
going upstairs for? I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyway, sorry, Rachel. I did move the gizmo out of the way just because I noticed that it was getting in your way.
Oh,
so
but
sorry.
You're very kind.
You had put it out at first, but I took it away from you. I'm so sorry. But you have used it quite a lot in your designs, haven't you? In the 2 necklaces just over there.
Yes.
Fabulous tool. Would you mind demonstrating it for me, Rachel? Just because obviously you're the expert. It's a really handy tool. So if you look at these pieces here, this is the kind of effect that you're going to get, and with so much wire to use, how fab.
Just getting a coil, sorry.
That's all right, Rachel.
I've got a spare coil that I can use for one of the...
You carry on, my lovely. So it's really a fabulous look, isn't it, that Rachel's got with that wire there. I love it. It really fascinates me, that
I've got 5 fantastic mandrels, and they're great for making jump rings. I made all the jump rings for the designs using the very largest mandrel and the second largest mandrel.
So you could, and you just cut those afterwards.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's a really quick way of making them as well,
yes.
isn't it?
Oh gosh, yes. You can make loads and loads and loads, and then either saw cut or flush cut them down. You've got a tiny little mandrel as well for making really delicate little coils, and I've got an example of that over there. Yeah. But I can't run away again, can I? So I can't. I'll run away quickly.
She's running away. She's had enough. Do you know what? It's nothing to do with the mandrels. There's cake over there. That's what it is.
Yeah. And that's a sort of delicate little coil that you can make with 0.4 wire wrapped on 0.6. So
look at that.
You know, and you can make big chunky coils with the 1 millimetre wire as well. So I put this down and show you a little technique with just making a coil up first of all. Yeah. Use some 0.6. I've got some.
There's so much wire. That's the trouble, isn't there? There's so much. Oh, look at those pieces of jewellery over there for the next gift.
I'll just use some black 0.5, anything. 0.6. 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1 millimetre, all great for making coils with. Attach it to the handle. I attach it so that I can work with it. I like this because it's got a bracket on it. It's fantastic because you've got both hands free. Attach it to the handle so that you've got no sharp ends to actually catch you. I have the wire facing out towards me. Bring the mandrel and wire close to the bracket and start to coil. And you've got then a beautiful coil forming. I'll take it really quickly.
Look how quickly.
And if you're really clever, I put 2 or 3 wires on at the same time. You get sort of multiple coils with it. And you can build up a little coil like that. If you're hand coiling this takes ages. It probably takes 15 minutes to do the sort of same length of coil that you're winding up with this one. So I've got that one. I'm going to take that off, and you've got about 14 centimetres length of this one. Wow. And you can cut them down. If you cut them down to equal lengths, you can make the same length of coiled coil, so you can cut them into chunks. So what I'm going to do is cut this one into 2 equal chunks, and they'll make 2 equal coils, for example. So cut this length of wire, 2 equal coils, and then what I'm going to do is use a core wire, which I really want to use. I'll use some navy blue, so you've got some difference inside it. So thread both those wires on, and then I'm going to do something with a bit of twisted wire to show you as well. Ooh. So I'm going to use a slightly larger mandrel. The second one up, and then attach this in to the bracket. So you've got all these holes to pop it in. So again, start little coil first. You can cut this off if you like, but it's quite good to have a starting coil. And then just coil that coil around. Okay, and then finish. You've got a little cute little coil to add things into.
Wow.
Now with this one, no, in fact actually what I'm going to do is just carry on, make this one up, push that together. If you feel it's coming apart, and if you feel you cross the wire over, just reverse it and come back to it. Add on another one, and you've got 2 coils exactly the same. Then you can take this off the out of the mandrel and work with it. You don't have to leave it like this. You can actually put some. We've got some twisted wire.
Wow.
Okay, and what I'm going to do is attach it round the mandrel exactly the same way.
Okay.
And you can either wind this on the mandrel or hand wind it, but it's a great tool. So what I'm going to do, take a bit more time normally. You can actually spread this out, okay, and you can add other stuff in between. So what I'm going to do then is just wrap this in between, and you've got detail in between the coil, for example, like that, and then crush it down. You've got to make sure these ends are all crushed down and out of the way. But then you've got the detail of the coloured wire in between the coil.
It looks so effective.
It is fantastic actually as a tool. You've got neat effects, great for beginners because they get rewarded by the instant neat and professional effects that this tool can give. They then have the confidence then to carry on with wire work. It doesn't put them off, and it's good because it's a great introduction into wire work, and it's used by professionals and beginners alike.
It's fantastic, isn't it? And you know, again, time is money, and that is going to make it really, really quick for you. So you've got your wire coiling gizmo there, £7.95 we're down to, and look, the effects that you can get with this are just fantastic. It's so professional. Again, for me personally, I think I look at those designs, I think, wow, that must have taken so long to do, but actually, with seeing this little tool in action, didn't take that long, did it? Incredible. So you've got your rods in there are 1.2 millimeters, 1.6, 3.2, 4.2 and 5.2 in diameter. So we're going to make your jump rings really, really quick. Really, really quick and easy, isn't it? If you've got those in your baskets, do check out how we're doing on the kits. Low figures. Less than 20 of the kit left. So if you've still got that in your basket, you're going to have to check it out as soon as you possibly can. Fantastic deal. In fact, we went even lower than we should have there. We've got so much more coming up for you. I've got another kit coming up for you with loads more wire. Connoisseur collection as well. Tsavorite garnet, ruby cab, incredible. And we've got the rest of Rachel's designs coming up as well. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes' time. Thank you.
Download the Jewellery Maker app today. You can watch our Jewellery Maker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimise the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the Jewellery Maker app today and boost your viewing experience.
My name's Leslie. Today I've been on the structured wirework course with Gemma Crow. It's been a fantastic day. I've been used to doing quite a lot of wirework, but always with smaller gauges, and I've been a bit wary of to know what to do with the thicker gauges. And today Gemma's taken us through a beautiful torque necklace this morning that looked totally impossible when we first saw it, but it's really quite easy. She made it very easy, very simple steps. And that's turned out brilliantly, and we're now working on bangles, and then we're going to do a ring, so we're covering a wide range of things. It's going to give me the confidence to go back and be able to do some more at home.
When shopping with Jewellery Maker, you can add as many items to your order in one day and only pay one postage and packaging charge. We have 2 delivery options. Standard delivery at just £2.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 4 to 6 days. Or opt for our premium delivery at just £4.95 and you'll receive your parcel within 3 to 4 days. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Do you have a question that you need answering?
Well, did you know you can ask to speak to an accredited jewellery professional in our call centre?
Trained by the GIA, you can ask us any gemological question and we'll do our best to help.
We don't just sell gemstones, we know gemstones.
That's why when you buy from us, you're buying with confidence. Buy your genuine gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Welcome back to today's Designer Inspiration. Let's start again. Sure, rewind. Welcome back to today's Designer Inspiration Show. It was the cookies, all the sugar and the chocolate I've just eaten. Incredible designs from Rachel today. We've had so many text messages saying how inspirational Rachel is and her pieces, how wonderful they are as well. So thank you for those text messages. We were just talking about hay fever on the break. Is anyone else really suffering the last couple of days? I am. Yeah, see, Rachel said it should have really finished by now, but I've noticed the last couple of days. And did anyone else notice yesterday? There seems to be one day in particular, and if you post anything about it on Facebook, that's it, starts everyone off. Yesterday was hatching day for flying ants. Oh my gosh! Yeah, I literally opened my back door yesterday. I was like, "What is that sound?" I could hear them. Looked at the lawn and it was moving. I was like, oh my God. Awful. Terrible. Anyway, that's summer for you. Never happy, are we? Never happy. We have Connoisseur Collection coming up for you now. Some exquisite strands going really, really low. Now, I did put a little post about this on Facebook earlier on because this is, hand on heart, I've seen a lot of rubies, it's fair to say, and this 52 is not enough. I want to know if any of you get this home and take this for a valuation. I want to know the valuation. I can't even. Before we came in now, when I looked at this, I was trying to think, what could it be? You know, what could it possibly be? We're looking at a really, really rare ruby because it's completely natural. There's only 5% in the entire world that's completely natural. So we're looking at, you know, part of 5% of natural ruby that's 25 carats. 25 carats is colossal. You know, I've never ever seen a ruby this big in my life. You know, not just the Genuine Gemstone Company, outside of the Genuine Gemstone Company, I've never seen a ruby of this size. Do you know what? The screen's not doing this colour justice at all. It really is not. Look at the size of that on the hand. My days. 25 by 18 millimetres in size. Now, there's people coming through on the web right now and multi-buying. That worries me a lot, because you can see the price tag and I have no idea. Now, again, you might think, yeah, you do know, Hannah. You look at everything before you come on air. I specifically ask not to know price tags. Specifically. I've always been the same, always will be. I don't like to know. I just don't like to know. For me, it's a perceived value. To me, this should be well into 3 figures. Now, I know we're not going to do that at Jewellery Maker. I know us well enough now to know that this isn't going to be in 3 figures, but I know it should be well into 3 figures. 25 carats of natural ruby. 25 carats. You know, 25 carats in a strand is fantastic. 5 carats in a single gemstone is fantastic, but 25 carats, this is the kind of piece that we should keep for our museum. Whoa. The ruby agrees, I'm off. That is absolutely colossal, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Helena has just had a look online for us. The first price that Helena's found is way into 3 figures. Just have a look. If you watch it on the web right now, type in 25 carat solitaire ruby. 25 carat and see what kind of price tags you find. Make sure it's natural, by the way. So 95% of the world's rubies are treated in some way. 95%. So that leaves the entire world, not just us here at Jewellery Maker, but the entire world, 5% that is completely natural. Do you know what I think? I think when you get this home, you're going to be sending us an email to say, I couldn't believe the quality of the ruby when I got it home. The screen is just not doing this justice at all. Durable, 9 on the Mohs scale, which is corundum. I'm looking for the torch. I'm going to see if this helps with the colour, because for me, with Urantna Peri Ruby, it has this kind of deep raspberry tone to it, a real deep romantic raspberry tone. You've got to get it home. Get this home. Do you know what? I want one of these in a pendant. I want one of these in a ring. I want one of these in a bracelet. I'm being greedy now, aren't I? Collector in Essex has got 4. Right, now, what are we doing? What are we doing? 4. If people are buying 4s on the website, that worries me a lot. If I was to do a little bit of wire wrapping around this ring in a ring design, solid sterling silver wire would have to be without a doubt. This is, for me, way into 3 figures. That's a 25 carat ruby. Joe in Devon, you've got 2. Collector in Essex, you've got 4. Collector in Bedfordshire, you've just got 2. Congratulations to you. Deborah in Essex, Susan in Bedfordshire, Khan in Devon, well done. Nanetta in Wiltshire, Joe in Devon, you've just got 2. Jacqueline in Cumbria ×3. Collector. No. I have no idea. I've never ever seen any ruby anywhere this big before. I knew we could do this in double figures. Hand on heart, I didn't think this was going below 59. No way. I just... well done, collector that's got 4. In Cornwall, collector. Do you know what? I'm looking at my call screen now, and where your names are, the quantity next to your names is going up as I'm looking at the screen. Now you've seen the price, you're deciding that actually I'm going to get a few more. Collector in Cornwall ×4, collector in Devon ×2, collector in Oregon ×2, collector in Essex ×4, Joe in Devon at ×2. Well done. Persis in Hertfordshire, Maureen in Midlothian, Belinda in Buckinghamshire. You've just got 2 as well. Well done to you. Susan in Bedfordshire. Well done. Christine in London, Anne Kellyanne in Stirlingshire, Georgina, Tina in Nottinghamshire. Again, I can see the quantities going up. This is absolutely bonkers. This has to be one of a few auctions where I'm looking at my call screen and the quantity next to your names is going up as your name is there, because you're changing your minds about how many to buy. It keeps changing. The quantity keeps going up. Yep, no, actually I'm going to get 5. $27.95. Please just leave me 1. I just want one of these in a ring. Look at that for a statement ring. It is my birthstone. You know, I mean, it is my birthstone. I would love one of these. If anybody, Mum, wants to treat me today, that'd be great. Do you imagine buying someone a 25 carat ruby? Wow, VX NV36, that is the nicest. I've got a thing about Ratnapuri ruby in particular. That is the nicest ruby I've ever seen. Fantastic. I like that a lot. Okay, so, ooh, chrome diopside. Look at this colour. Wow, nuggets. Mark Smith would have a field day with this. Laura Binding would love this. High-end Tree of Life, chrome diopside, 100% natural gemstone we're looking at here. The colour in this, 100% natural. The saturation of colour is so intense, so vivid. It's hard to believe that that is the work of Mother Nature. And in fact, this is a gemstone that can only be mined a couple of months of the year. So July and August, there might be a slight chance that we can gain access to that mine, because the rest of the year it's like minus 45 degrees, ground frozen over. It's an impossible task for us to gain access to that mine. So we are looking at a very, very collectible gemstone, and we're also looking at 130 carats of this gemstone. That is a huge, huge carat weight. 88 centimetre strand. That's a double strand, so essentially that is two. Look at that colour. Wow. 2x1 to 8x1 millimetres in size. That is just phenomenal. This is going to go with so much in your stash. If you've got any citrine, that would be a great summery look, wouldn't it? Perfect for your Tree of Life. The ruby, oh yeah. Oh my God, in fact, I'll bring it back if I have to. Have a look. Those reds and those greens together, just perfect. CDYY80 is your code for this one. 130 carats. 0800 644 655. You could macrame with those nuggets. You could kumihimo with those nuggets. Your Tree of Life. There's so much you can do with them. Even just beautiful cluster earrings. They look fantastic. 0800 644 655, or on the web today at JewelleryMaker.com. We're straight down to £12.95 for 130 carats. That works out to, the maths should be quite easy here, shouldn't it? Is it like 1.29? No. 12 pence, no. I know, you're all shouting at the screen at home right now going, Hannah, it's really easy. What I'm trying to do is forget the 5, 129, 130. See where I'm going? I'm rubbish at maths. 9 pence, I was way off. 9 pence. My way of working it out was not, you know when you were at school, and my son has to do it now, show your workings out. I can't do that. I can tell you how I got there, I just can't tell you how I got there. How's your maths, Rachel?
Differently now anyway, so my maths used to be really good. Yeah. But when I compare it to what they do now and the methods they use are so different, I can't. I have to get a calculator out every time. Yeah. But there we go.
And don't you think maths is a little bit bonkers at school as well? You know, like, what's that pi? Have you ever used that since you've left school? Neither have I. Algebra. Have you used that since you left school? Just saying. You know, I did well at school, you know, but I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. Maureen in Midlothian, Belinda, Susan and Brian, well done to you. Okay. If you sent me a message this morning and said, Hannah, what gemstone, other than tanzanite, because, you know, we're pretty clued up about tanzanite in the situation lately. One of the gemstone, then tanzanite, should I be buying right now? It would be Tsavorite garnet, without a doubt, would be my answer. This gemstone is so beautiful. It's one of my favourite gemstones in the whole world. Now, I think that we are going to end up in a very, very similar situation, similar to that of tanzanite, in that, you know, any day soon the news could come that we're very, very thin on the ground. When that happened with tanzanite, prices went through the roof. And if that happens with Tsavorite garnet, prices are not going to go down, are they? They're going to go up. Now, in the 70s, there were 40 commercial mines for this gemstone. And today, there are just 4 remaining. In the last decade alone, yields are down by 80% for this gemstone. I don't think it's going to be long. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think it's going to be long at all. The reason that I urge people every time I have this gemstone is because I don't think we have long, and it's because I love it so much. And if we do get that message, if we do get that email, then prices are very likely to shoot through the roof. Now, thinking about the nugget strands that I've had to bring you before, I'm pretty sure that around the 60 carat mark is one of the biggest carat weights that I've brought to you. You've got 125 carats of Tsavorite garnet right here. Now, the last strand of Tsavorite garnet that we had, or that I had, I should say, on air, as soon as I came off air, I went upstairs and I bought 2. I'm not doing anything with those strands. I'm just keeping them because it's a lot of Tsavorite garnet to have. That's what I'm doing. And I recommend that you do exactly the same. If you want to buy a couple, one to keep, one to put in jewellery, that's absolutely fine. Collector's gemstone, and I've got 125 carats. 100% natural again. You're looking at the most incredible saturation of colour. Isn't it amazing to look at a gemstone like this and think that Mother Nature has produced this colour all by herself, no assistance from us whatsoever? That is stunning. MXYY13, 125 carats of Tsavorite garnet, less than £1 a carat. Snap it up. What we're doing today is wrong. So many of you multi-buying, that's exactly what I would do. As many as your budget will allow you to get with Tsavorite garnet, please do it. $9.95 for 125 carats. This is the kind of gemstone that if you walked into a jeweller's, if you bumped into a collector and said, oh yes, I just got 125 carats of Tsavorite garnet this morning, that's like an entire parcel that you've got here. They would laugh in your face if you said you got it for $9.95. There's just no way that they would believe you. We don't pay these kind of prices for Tsavorite garnet in the industry. What are we doing? I've never seen Tsavorite garnet on the high street. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it's not there, but I've never ever seen Tsavorite garnet on the high street before. We are talking your high-end jewellers. We're talking your boutique jewellers with this gemstone. Collect it in Berkshire ×2, Lisbon, Hampshire, well done. Ballin, Dorset, Susan and Brian, Brenda, Joe, Helen, Ninetta, well done. Amanda, Sharon. It's another one of those. You'll never regret buying Tsavorite garnet, but one day you may regret not buying it, especially at $9.95. Oh dear. Ooh. Oh, look at these. These are so beautiful. Have a look at these Peridot. Look how sparkly these are. Faceted beautifully. It's this month's birthstone actually, Peridot. So if we've got any August babies. Do we have any August babies? Sean, when's your birthday? 15th. Yes. Are you working that day? Oh, I was just gonna say I'll bring you in a huge homemade cake. Oh well, maybe next year. 20 carats. What was that, Helena? You've yet to see any of my baking. Don't hold your breath. You know, I'd much rather go to a nice supermarket and buy one that I've had before and I know it's really nice. You know, I'd hate to disappoint you all. My baking consists of, you know, the kind of ready-made boxes that you buy. You know, like you can get like Thomas cakes or Spider-Man cakes, and literally all you have to do is add an egg and put it in the oven. That's my baking. Or Rice Krispie cakes. I'm good at Rice Krispie cakes. Really good. In fact, I think I make the best Rice Krispie cakes. It's all in the chocolate that you choose to put in. Yes. 20 carats. I'll bring you some Rice Krispie cakes, Eleanor. 20 carats.
That's lovely as anything. I love Rice Krispie cakes.
I love Rice Krispie cakes too.
Yeah.
I love them. Especially with that particular chocolate that's from outer space. 20 carats of Peridot you've got here. Again, we're looking at completely natural gemstone, connoisseur's gemstone we're looking at here. They are phenomenal. Now, Peridot is the only gemstone other than a diamond to be formed in the mantle of the earth. All gemstones are formed in the crust, apart from Peridot and diamonds. Really unique, really, really beautiful. You're very lucky to be an August baby, actually, if Peridot is your birthstone. But that would go with the July's ruby, wouldn't it? Just beautifully. With smoky quartz, Peridot looks fantastic. It really, really does. With your citrine, it's going to look great. With your amethyst, that I know so many of you already have in your stash, that's going to look incredible. 20 carats as well, 3 to 4 millimeters in size. Again, you could do so much with these. You could weave these, you could pop these into wirework, weave them into a ring design if you wanted to. You could macrame with these. You could kumihimo with them as well. You know, as delicate earrings, long drops in earrings, they'd look beautiful just on some chain, cascading down, chandelier design. How beautiful. 20 carats in total you've got here. NXGP90 is your code for these. Spectacular colour. And guess what? We're going to take these to the lowest ever price for you. $12.95. Not today. Not today. Simple bracelet. Restrand the bracelet, pop yourself a solid sterling silver charm in there. How gorgeous would that look? Really delicate, really beautiful. Maybe it might be birthstone jewellery that you wanted to do as well. Birthstone bracelets, how about that? $8.95. Completely natural, 100% natural. Collect it in Cardiff, collect it in Somerset, collect it, another collector in Somerset. Well done, another collector's coming in today. $8.95 is an incredible deal. We've saved you so much money on the first kits. In fact, didn't we say that Sunday would be the day that we would work out in our 4-hour show how much money we save you in the entire show? So we're going to take every Sunday Super Saver tomorrow, we're gonna have to get ready for this, you know, every auction that we bring you, every strand, every findings pack, everything, we're gonna write down, well, I say we, Helena is gonna jot down the price tag that we save you on every single piece, and at the end of the show we're gonna reveal how much we've saved you. It's gonna be a lot, isn't it? $8.95, loads of you multi-buying. Just stay where you are. Ooh. These are different. These are gorgeous. Any of the amber that we've had, it normally comes as a polished gemstone. Well, even when we've had the nuggets out, I'm sure they've been polished. This is beautiful. A very organic look you've got here. Really earthy, organic look. Wouldn't these be great for your autumnal pieces? They look fantastic. Do you like amber, Rachel?
I do, actually. I mean, team it with Smoky Quartz, and it's a wonderful team partnership where you can jazz it up with like turquoise in between to make it look completely different. But that's, you can use some of the frosted agate, frosted black agate with it. Would look very nice.
That would look gorgeous.
Teamed up with that.
Stunning. Amber is the least dense gemstone of them all. Our amber coming all the way from Poland, so if you do live on the east coast of the UK, just keep your eyes peeled when you go for a stroll on the beach, because you could well find some washed up on shore. Beautiful, beautiful gemstone. And actually it's one of those, isn't it? I find that amethyst, labradorite, amber, turquoise, these are the kind of gemstones that you find in those seaside shops that I'm always talking about. You know, like handcrafted silver jewellery, prices through the roof. Yeah, gorgeous. You'd put it with Peridot, would you, Helena? Do you know what? It would go with anything. I mean, realistically, your smoky quartz, your Peridot, your amethyst there, really, really beautiful cognac hues, deep, rich honey hues you've got with this gemstone. 6x4 to 17x6 millimeters in size. PWGY12 is your code for this. If you've never had amber before, the thing that you're going to notice when you get this home is how light this gemstone is. It's so beautiful to wear. It's so lightweight. It's fantastic. $9.95, under £10 for your cognac amber here. They're stunning, stunning nuggets, aren't they? Beautiful. They'd work fantastically with the nuggets that we've just had, the nugget strand that we just had a little earlier on. 0800 644 655, or on the web at JewelleryMaker.com. Wow, look at that colour. It's like honeycomb. Beautiful. Some turquoise. Natural turquoise. It's not very often we get this at all, and do you know what, we don't have many. Really sorry, but we don't have many at all. Natural turquoise, again, I just mentioned this gemstone as being one of those in those seaside shops. You know, even set into silver can charge an absolute fortune. And you know, realistically, are we talking anywhere near 70 carats when we see that turquoise? No, 7 carats maybe if we're lucky. 70 carats of natural turquoise. 70 carats. That is colossal. Now, I don't have a massive quantity, and there's tons and tons of you all... No. This is the natural turquoise strand that you told me we had earlier, isn't it? Because I've just said it is natural. Are you sure? Do we not normally go to like 49, 79, 69? So how can we took this to 7.95? Do you know, I'm just completely speechless. I've never seen natural turquoise go that low, ever. I'd be checking them out very quickly. Designer inspiration time for you. The wire bundle so far, the wire that we've had in that, I think we had 120 metres of wire in the last kit. I've never seen that much wire in a kit before. I've never seen that much wire in a bundle. It's bonkers. And you know what? There's a whole lot more. I hope you're ready for this wire stash that you've got here. These are fabulous. So, 0.4, 0.4, 0.4, 111, 25, 25, 25. There we go. Okay, so you have your copper coloured wire here. Beautiful. You've got 20 metres of your 1mm gauge there. You've got 30 metres of your 0.4mm gauge, and you've got 30 metres of your 0.25mm gauge. That is, again, 60, 70, 80 metres. 80 metres of your copper coloured wire. Laura Binding, it's her favourite, isn't it? It's her absolute favourite, the copper coloured wire. Rachel, I bet you love this as well, don't you?
Because number one, it's just a lovely colour.
Yeah.
It's a great beginner's wire and experienced wire because, you know, if you mark it, it doesn't. You're not going to take any colour off or anything, so you can have a go and learn how to shape the wire and not worry about it. And it's great for texturing. It has a richness of a rose gold at a copper price. Yeah. And also you can transfer into sort of very rustic, ethnic, modern designs, but it also translates back to historical. Yeah. It's such a versatile metal colour, and it goes with people's skin colour. It's a beautiful metal to work with.
It's really warming, really warming. And actually, you know, we talk about rose gold. It is the element of copper that is added to give it that colour as well. And you've certainly got that there without the price tags. That is fantastic. 80 metres of wire you've got there, and these fantastic gemstones. How much have you got in your stash at home that's going to go with these? Everything? Yes. Oh. Look at these. Wow, these are fantastic. Gorgeous. Humbugs? Oh, I haven't had a humbug for years. Director Ollie just said, they're like those sweets. Those sweets, what are those sweets? Humbugs, yes. They are so nice as well, aren't they? I'm going to get some of those next time I go to that old-fashioned sweet shop in Stratford. They do. They've got one in Stratford, an old-fashioned sweet shop. So you can get lots. You can get like sweet tobacco, and do you remember sweet tobacco, Rachel? What else can you get there? I'm trying to think of rhubarb and custards. Remember rhubarbs and custards? Pear drops, bonbons. Yes. Sorry. I'll bring some in next time. Massive carat weight here, and all that's come from stripy gemstones. I love it. I love us here. You have a massive carat weight. Now you've got 8 carats of your 2mm black agate. Oops, there they are. Of your 2mm black agate rounds here. You've got 40 carats of your 4mm rounds there as well. So that's 48 carats. You've got 220 carats of your flat coins there. 12 by 5mm inside. They are lovely, aren't they? You've got 150 carats of your black agate drops there, 16 by 8mm. Those would make fantastic earrings, wouldn't they? And these are fantastic. 140 carats of your black line agate flat pair, 16 by 12mm inside. So again, there's just so much for you to be getting on with here, isn't there? In your wirework designs, everything else, topping up your stash, fantastic. In fact, the workshop that's going on today with Claire, wire writing, if you do any of that, that's fantastic because you've got so much. Why, they're very busy. They're so sensible, all of our customers, aren't they? You know, whenever we get to the workshop, everyone's deep in thought and concentrating. And and she was very nervous, our Claire, today. It's her very first workshop. She's done really well. She's done fabulously. She's done brilliant. She's been fab. She's on her phone. In fact, she's on her phone. Let's cut to that, Ollie. She's on her phone right now. That's how busy Claire is. Where's she gone? I can see her there. Oh, is she gone? Oh, there she is. Oh, look, she's just put her phone back. That's what she was doing. Yeah, I'm on my phone. Really busy. Just joking. She's got what, sorry? She's got a name tag. Oh, bless her. Just in case you're not sure who the guest designer is. Brilliant. Workshops, fantastic. Wirework, fantastic. You've got so much. Another 80 metres of your copper wire here. Great for your vintage looks as well, your copper wire. Brilliant. £54.85. Is there a gemstone you can think of in your stash that copper wire won't go with? It's not going to happen, is it? 0800 644 655 ZLGC 85, saving you over £21. Yes, that is incredible. 80 metres of wire. 80 metres of wire. So we're looking at approximately. I'm just thinking 80 metres of wire at £32, and then it's like we've given you the gemstones for free. That's incredible. Linda at Midlothian, Leslie, Monmouthshire, Heather, Natasha, Stephanie, Cecilia, Lee, collected in the Channel Islands, Liz, Jane in Gwent, well done to you. You've had 120 metres. How much, sorry, Liv? 41p a metre. And the gemstones for free. Unbelievable. Let's go and have a look. At Rachel's pieces. Prepare yourself, by the way. Oh, Rachel. Just look at the fabulousness of these designs. They are, all of your pieces, Rachel, every time that you're on, are just so intricate. You're so precise.
Well, it's just in my nature. I think in my nature to try and be like that.
Everything has to be perfect, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, look. You know, as far as professional goes, Rachel.
Oh, thank you.
You're past that. You're past that. And I'm sure you all agree at home as well. You know, when we look, we have every time we show Rachel's pieces, we get a flood of text messages coming in, just saying, "Oh my gosh, can't believe the time that you put into making your pieces." It's just, I'm loving the chainmail that you've got going on in this piece as well.
And I had forgotten how it's been a long time since I've done a bit of Byzantine link, and I thought I'm going to do it, and it worked so well with the copper centres of the flower forms. I thought actually continuing the texture with a bit of chainmail linkage is really lovely. So if you find that you like the chainmail and you want to put the gemstone centres of one of these pieces in, you can use a bit of Byzantine linkage or chainmail linkage for it. It'll work really well. What I've done with these pieces is done a mix and match of elements that can all be combined in different designs. Brilliant. So a side link here can make into a bracelet link or an earring. This link can make into an earring, this into pendant all on its own. And the techniques with this flower shape are exactly the same as in the sides of this necklace. So we'll follow through from the necklace round to show you how to make it. This is the one that we're going to show you to make today. But the gemstones are interchangeable in themselves, in that you can make a flower form with the teardrop shapes as well without having to worry about setting them into the gemstone stays flat. So if you're worried about doing all those settings, you can just use the teardrops to make a flower form as well. So those gemstone shapes are there for you. If you, whatever shape you want to make, you should have them in the kit to actually make those forms up with.
Fab. And already the text messages have started. Michelle in Greater London, I'm half French, half Italian, so never lost for words. Today I am speechless. Rachel, we bow to you. Awesomely gorgeous. That's a pretty big compliment there. Annie in Hertfordshire says, wow, Rachel, more incredible work. Do you know what? That's what I think. I just think there aren't words to describe your pieces other than perfection. You know, they're just incredible, Rachel.
Well, to attain
time
perfection as an artist is an artist's dream. You never quite reach it, but you know, it's such a compliment. Thank you very much.
Just incredible pieces. Okay then, Rachel, I shall let
quickly want to show you. This is another piece I made, but using the same gemstones, but I happen to have them anyway. And also in the previous kit I did back with the sun and the moon.
That was when you were with myself as well, I remember.
Now again I used those little black agate gemstones, so if you want to buy this kit and then make up a sun and the moon design, just refer back to these designs, and if you are unsure, PM me for the links and I'll give you the show links, and then you can go back and use the same gemstones as well to make up these other designs as well.
Wow.
Okay, so I've got the links and the albums for you if you need them. So there we go. Put those away. I just wanted to show you that you know, this is more than just one kit. It's a little black agate I've used in many designs in the past.
They're
actually
so
for JM.
You can use them with absolutely any other gemstone, any coloured wire. I love it when we do the kits with the black gemstones.
Thank you. Well, the inner setting, what we're going to do actually first of all is do on the side links, which end up, the side link also ends up being a flower shape for a petal, the petals for the flower, so it's incredibly useful. And what I've done, these are sort of the basic frame shapes for all the different components, and they are on the website photographed, or they will be. Okay, so what I did was with the teardrop, I made a little teardrop shape that fits around this nicely, like so. So I just made one of those.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've done little loops already, so we're okay with making loops. Just use the template and the impression technique to help you form this symmetrically and things like that. So next thing to do is I've used 0.4 wire for this one, and some of the little black agate beads take a 0.4 wire through it, crisscross, but some don't, so you can use this to make it up with 0.25 if you don't have that. Sorry, just leave it there. Okay, so my flush cutters. So next thing to do is at the midsection of a long section of wire, about 80 centimetres or so, start wrapping round the top part of this loop a couple of times, and then just wrap along the shoulders of the teardrop shape a few times. Okay. I've gone on for about 8 or 9 millimetres, and then I've stopped. Okay, press those together, and then with this end of the wire, I've got a 2 millimetre bead, popped it on, and we're going to just attach it to the top. And this technique is exactly the same that we're going to use for the flower petal in the main flower form. So it's all interchangeable, and you can use it to make a little earring shape, bracelet links, stacks and stacks of different links, and it's also a way of using a teardrop and keeping it stable and stopping it moving around. And it adds such a lot of detail, so you can use it with any teardrop stone. Touch a 2mm bead, wrap twice around the base, twice around the top to make a little eye shape. So you've got a little eye shape at the top, and then continue down the other side of the setting from about 8 or 9 millimetres. Okay, and then we're ready to attach a kind of stabilising setting that's going to, a little section of wire that's going to keep this teardrop in shape. So what I've done is make a little, drawn out on a piece of paper as well, so this is a crazy bit of paper, but it's got all like my thoughts and all the stages that I've had to make up for the DI, everything on there, and what I thought about how to make up the design. And here is the little template for the frame, the frame shape. So again, I haven't measured it, I haven't got a ruler. I think it's probably about 10 or 12 millimetres long and about 3.5 centimetres in length, but if I've got a ruler, I'll try and, when I look at the pictures on the website, I'll try and sort that out and put the measurements down. Make sure both lengths are the same, so I can quickly show you how to make one. So, with a short section of wire, chain nose pliers, fold in two. And this is the same technique you use for a prong setting.
Yeah.
Hold thumb and forefinger, clamp, 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 clamp this together. And it'll make a nice, this is sort of a setting for a prong setting if you're making a prong setting.
Yeah.
That's a technique. Okay. Then bend a soft bend first of all. Okay, because what I do then is I put it on my diagram because I want to make all the prongs exactly the same length. That's a bit too long. So I'm going to make a sharper bend now because I'm sure exactly where to bend it. Stroke these bits of wire out. That's about the right length. Clamp either side of this join. Clamp, 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 and that makes the bend sharper. Each time you clamp, you get a sharper angle. Place it on here to get exactly the same length, and cut with your flush cutters at the right length. And then both ends of wire are the same length, so you've got a shape. Okay, the same length. Take this piece of paper away. Next thing you do is splay the wire into a V shape. Now that's going to kink, and use the chain nose pliers, squash this in the middle now to make that V, but you've not got a really tight V end, you see, which is quite a nice shape. And you can use this as a detail on the front of a setting if you like. It's just as attractive at the back, okay, as compared to what will be the front. So it's a great way of setting a gemstone like that. Sorry about trembly hand. So this V, then all I did then was curl the ends. Okay, so it'll end up looking a bit like that.
Okay. And
what I do next is bring it back to the setting that I've just wound. Where did I put that then? It's hidden. The setting I've just, that's it. And this is a slightly awkward bit. What you've got to do is just pop it up to the frame, and you've got to hold it in place. And all you need to do, it's quite simple, it's just wrap around the outside and the inner point of the V, and pull it tight a couple of times, then continue down this setting and wrap down. This is already starting to fit into place. Well, it's not actually, it's gone swung around. This is the bit you just need to hold quite still. Go down between the sharp notch of the V, of the side, a couple of times, and that's hard pulling here, and then wrap it around the side of the frame. I'm going to show you the next stage. Okay, and I've done it on the wrong side. Try not to do it on the wrong side, so try and make sure your little black thing is at the top.
Okay.
So what you should end up with is a little setting just like this, and we're sort of ready to add the gemstones now. So you've got a little black bead and these up like this. So what I'm going to do next is get another bit of 0.4 and then add it on. A couple of wraps round the either side of this little loop, and I have one, click it into place. You'll feel it clicking into place between the loops already there.
Okay.
Behind this loop, round, really as close to this little setting as possible. Push it in as far as you can, click, pull, and you've got two wires coming down. Straighten these out with your fingers, these two on the side out of the way, and get this little V stone on as well. And I need a little bead. Now this particular strand I could get 2 strands of 0.4 through, and on my other strand I could get 2 strands of 0.25 through, so it may be just what you'll have to use that. But push this up tight so it's at the top of the setting. You already see you're starting to get a setting in place, and just wrap either side, either wire to either side of this setting. Now this bit you're slightly fiddly, hold the bead quite tight and pull this side close and wrap a couple of times. Then pull this one towards it so the bead is slightly proud of the setting a couple of times. And if you want to add more strength, loop across once.
Okay.
And then you can loop this one across. It's almost like a little corset sort of lacing effect. and you can add in beads to this if you like as well, and you push this up tight and then wrap 3 times or 4 times around and then cut and tuck in. Then what you need to do, I'll get one that's already done. You'll end up like that. Now we're going to do the kind of little gemstone setting. So these little V's or these little curls are just so easy to bend down, and then look, I'm bending it over the stone into place, and the next thing to do, you can see how it's bent into place just with your fingers, just the pressure of your fingers, and I've wound down to the site of which it's ready to attach. Now what I do before I do that is attach once the V at the back, threading it to the back, sorry, trembly fingers, and then pull quite tight, and then start to wrap around the edge of this curl and the frame a few times, and then wrap on up. I've nearly finished this section, so should we talk through and then you can bring those lovely pliers on?
Yeah.
So what we'll do, basically, can you see I've attached that on both sides and wrapped down to almost just above the bead and cut and tucked in at the back. And the very last thing to do is hammer, curl and hammer the ends, and you've got a lovely link setting, earring setting,
that's lovely,
and it will be
it?
the petal for your flower.
That's brilliant. So you can use it for lots of different things then as well.
Yes,
it's really pretty, that is.
Well, again, these photographs are on the website.
Yeah.
So that's what that ends up. Then we'll go on to the next setting after we brought these lovely pliers on.
And I noticed you've got the 01 pliers over there, Rachel. All of the guest designers have just said, you know, this is the next level. It really, really is. The 01 pliers are all made for extreme precision. So brilliant for those of you doing your wire work. These are fantastic. The ends of these are so fine that you can really, really get into some tight space. I'm just going to take those out actually, Ryan, if I may. You can really, really get into some tight spaces with those. So those of you working with your wire, doing chainmail, anything like that, just perfect. Look how precise. Look at the end of those, the tips. Can you see those? Made for precision. They're fantastic, aren't they?
They're really good make, actually. And they're really good make.
Yeah.
01 pliers are highly recommended, and many wire workers use them. I also love my beadle-on, but I love these too. And they've got quite small little tips, very precise tips for getting into small spaces.
Yeah.
A lovely flush cut as well from them.
A lot of the guest designers have just said once you start using these, you can't go back. You're not comfortable with anything else. You know, it's great to start off with atolls. They're brilliant, but you know, as you work your work gets more professional. And these are just so comfy as well. So any of you that have dexterity problems, they're brilliant. The spring action on these is so nice. They're really, really comfortable. LKWB 65 is your code for these. Again, I've noticed that on the few occasions that we've had these, people coming in and multi-buying. Really, really useful tool to have at home. 0800 644 655 24.95. We've had a text from Helen in West Yorkshire. I got these recently and they're fab. Not sure what I did without them now. That's what you've all been saying. A lot of you have been saying, you know, once if you don't have them, that's when you realise how important they were, how much you used them when you didn't have them and thought, I don't want to use anything else.
You can't have crushed ends of wires at the end of your work. You've got to have sharp, clean cuts. They're also less likely to snag, and you can easily tuck them in. When you do close-up photography, that's when you can see the mess that the ordinary pliers will make of your wire, and the flush cut is so beautiful, comes out in the photography beautifully as well.
I mean, they're perfect for, you know, that the wire wrapping that you've done with the 0.25 for cutting that off and getting really close in there.
Shall I just show you how to cut a jump ring?
Yeah.
So basically, if you've got your gizmo coil that you've made, use these beautiful pliers and find the end of the coil and just cut the end, and then turn them. This is Laura demonstrated this, so that the flush cut is near the end of the. That's a beautiful cut, actually. You can hear the snap as that goes.
They really
and then
are.
you've got. I have mangled that one a bit. Look at the left-hand one. How nicely that was cut. Actually, because I did 2 cuts, I went in the light. I couldn't see the wire properly. I went in twice and cut that.
I'm going to hold that with those. Just to get my hands out the way.
So, and if I use ordinary cutters on it, I'm just trying to see if I can just crush an end. Oh,
that is such a clean cut, isn't it? It's like
I'll
perfect.
use ordinary cutters and you can see the difference. I mean, it's just squashing it. You will see the difference now.
You seem to struggle more a bit with that one as well.
I had to. It wasn't getting through the wire, so you can see the difference. Hold those tight. That's a squished one with ordinary cutters that are good for you know, cutting bead and thread and things like that.
Trust me. Slide
do you
down.
want me to do that?
There we go. Gosh, yeah, if you look, the one on the right is so much cleaner. And even then
I've made a bit of a hash of that flush cut. But can you see the difference? One looks like a point and one looks like a really sharp,
really clean
cut. And that's what you want when you want good closure of your jump rings.
That's fantastic.
You lose a little bit with the flush cutter that you don't use a saw cutter. But if you need to make flush cut jump rings, small amount, very quickly, and you haven't got a saw blade with you, you can do it with that.
That's your tool, isn't it? They're fantastic. So well done if you have got those. Thanks for that, Rachel.
That's a pleasure. There we go.
Demonstration. Sorry, Helena, did you want me to quickly do something else? Oh, wire. Wow. Turquoise. Fantastic. Look at, do you know how much there is here? There's so much wire. We've really struggled to be able to bring you wire lately. We've hardly had any. I think we've had it all today. I really do. You have so much of your turquoise wire here. Now this is your 1mm gauge, 50.
Ooh. And this one shows it really well as well.
Wow,
just an ordinary wrap around.
50 metres. Of your turquoise wire you've got there. Those are fantastic pieces, Rachel. I can't hide that. I'm going to have to turn that round. Isn't that just phenomenal? So you've got 50 metres in total. That's going to last so long. Your 1mm gauge, great for all your structural pieces as well. So come in, add that to your order. We've saved you so much money already today. On the kits, on all the strands and findings that we've bought you so far, RXZX30 should be $17.90. That's 50 metres, not 10, 50 metres of your 1mm gauge there. Fantastic. So if you want to make any of your own jump rings, your findings again, we don't have them in that colour. £11.95 for you. 0800 644 655. That works out to 23p per metre.
That means you can just afford to play with it and enjoy making something and not worry about wastage.
Yeah, and exactly have a little practice if you've not done it before. Yeah, brilliant. 50 metres, that's going to last you so long for all of you wire workers. That's fantastic. And how well does that turquoise wire go with the hematites that we had earlier on? And the antique bronze as well that we had earlier on. You know, I don't think I'd necessarily think to put that blue with the antique bronze that we had earlier on. But it just looks fantastic.
It just almost looks like jewels in the actual bracelet shank itself, having those glisten twisted wires works so well together. So I twist the antique bronze with those colours of wire. Works really well with all colours of wire.
Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Tanya in Tyne-and-Wear, you've got yours. Well done. Marilee in Arizona, well done to you. Nancy in Bristol. Natasha in Angus, collect it in Cheshire, collect it in Somerset. Martina in Meath, you've just got 2. That's 100 metres of your wire you've got there. Rachel in 50. Did I say 15? 50. 50, 50, 50 metres. Michelle in Suffolk, Rachel in New York, Joe in Devon, Sandra in Greater London, Wendy in Essex. You've all got yours. Well done. That's a lot of wire. So really, if we added up all the wire that we've bought you today, that's a lot of wires we're going on with. Isn't it fabulous to have all these colours in your stash as well? It's brilliant, fantastic. Well done if you've already checked that out. And if you do have that in your basket, make sure you continue to check out. Those are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Love the way that
it is actually lovely with the gemstones there.
Wow.
Right, now
okay,
we are moving on to one of the kind of lovely interchangeable settings.
Okay.
Here we're going to make the equivalent to the centre of the flower,
yeah,
and this piece, and this piece, but they're just all the differences between this piece and this piece. Here is where the loops are. You see. One's got 2 loops, one's got 1 loop at the top and the other one's got 2 loops at the bottom. Now this one also, if you just put a loop at the top, will make a lovely earring setting, which I've done with earrings with, or you can join them with bracelets. I mean, it's just this is a kind of, or be a beautiful pendant all on its own. You don't have to make it up as its own as a necklace. This will make a beautiful pendant setting just as itself.
Yeah.
And you can see that the centre setting is made almost in exactly the same way as the Paisley.
Yeah.
So we're not really doing much more. So I'm just going to show you briefly the slightly different shape, the different techniques for because it's a different shaped gemstone, and we'll talk through it because we've done quite a lot. I just want to get through it all as much as possible. So remember that. Again, draw it all down on paper. I've got the setting for the pendant, one of the settings there, and also how I designed the flower. You can see how you make one petal and then the next petal, and then all the frames. If I move that away, there. Sorry about this. I know it's bits of moving paper, but this is how I sort of got it down so that I can make repeated shapes exactly the same.
Okay.
So you make one side and you can press it into the paper and make the other side, and do the same for all the different shapes. That's the centre for the flower, and that's one of the links, things like that. They're all there. So if you take those pictures, print them off, and then you've got them.
Okay.
Okay, so with this one we're going to do one of the side links, one of the links to the side of the flower. So it's got a loop there and loop there, and just take extra care when you're forming all these shapes so they're exactly the same and they're lovely and symmetrical. What I've done is wrapped on some 0.25 wire halfway, so it's basically around the top part of the loop, so it's halfway there. So we're going to attach a gemstone with a crisscross link. So taking some a gemstone, doesn't matter which one because the 0.25 will fit through both sides of this one. It's all right, and thread it through one side. This crisscross link is really effective, actually, embedding gemstones sort of nice and neatly within a setting. And then you've gone through either side and pull it tight, and it'll fit into place nice and neatly. Press it in, and then what you do is hold thumb and forefinger over one end of the wire to keep it tight, and wrap along this side. You may find there's a little bit of a gap, so what I do is turn it over and use my fingernail or pliers to push that back up, so those wires now sit closely together, so there's no gaps. So, and then wrap a bit more to the end, and do that both sides, and then cut and tuck in when you reach the little notch. So I'll just cut that side when I reach the little notch.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use another little bit of wire to wrap around all the others, just for this setting. That's how I've done it. I will show you when we do the flower. We're going to add beads in a different way. So if you're not sure about doing it this way and you just want to wrap it all the way round, that is what I do for the centre of the flower. So there's another technique of adding beads in as well. So I'm going to show you two techniques of adding these sort of beads in. So this is one of them. Cut that, and what you need to do is repeat that 8 times. Add the beads in at the top using exactly the same technique that we used to add in the bead for the link for the necklace. And when you get to the bottom, this is the important bit, add a longer piece of wire, and add the longer piece of wire to this side. Because when you do the crisscross, you'll have a nice long piece of wire coming down the opposite direction to wrap down to here, ready to crisscross attach this one. So when you've attached this one, make sure the long piece of wire is here, short piece of wire here, crisscross it back, so that the long piece of wire ends up projecting for this wrap all the way down to add in this bead, and then attaching these two together here. So that's that. Then what we're going to do is attach that setting in exactly the same way that we did the other design, Paisley design. So I'll just show you the components, but I'm not going to actually talk with the method because you know what we have to do. The only thing with this is the different gemstones have different heights. I've done a selection of them. I don't know if you can see the different heights of the gemstones. So I've chosen the chunkiest ones for mine because it makes a really good look. Can you see? Oh, no, you're not going to see it, are you? There's even a millimetre difference makes a difference when you're trying to do your settings. So when you choose all your gemstones, so about the same chunkiness, so that when you make your setting and you do the impression, that you're not going to have trouble fitting it to slightly different gemstones. So have a look at them and make sure all your gemstones you select for the design about the same thickness. Make the backing plate in the same way that we did before, and a little setting for it in the same way that we did before. And the width of the setting is about 5.2 centimetres. Each prong is about 10 millimetres in width and height. So with a little kind of straight bit, which is about 3 millimetres in length. Each of these tails needs to be 2.1 centimetres in length, so that's the shape you need to make. Make one U, press it into paper, and then you've got your set of 4. So that's what you do. There we are, that shape there. That's again being photographed. Okay, so once you've attached your setting, which you've already done, I'll put this away, we're going to just attach in the gemstone just as we did before. The technique is very similar. I just want to show you this, the placement of the wires is a tiny bit different, so we're just going to put that in. So we've nearly done 3 of the components already, and then we're ready to move on to the flower. So after this, if you want to bring on something, I'll just attach this gemstone just to show, and then we can move on to the next part of it. I've started to make these curls already. I just wanted to show you the setting of the gemstone and a slight bit of curling, and then we're ready to bring on that lovely golden wire in a moment, so it won't be long.
That's all right.
So round here, either side of that top gemstone, you don't have to thread it through a prong on this with this one. Press down with your fingers, bring it up either side, hold hard and in. I'm not going to cut the wire because I'm going to cut that later because we haven't got time. I'm just going to set it in place so I can do this later. Around that central setting and try and hide it away as much as possible. Tuck it away. Now with this, because I just want to show this again, the setting in the same way. So first of all, on this XL bead mat is brilliant because you've got a lovely soft surface for setting cabochons onto, and any gemstone without it, it won't fracture, or it won't be as likely to fracture. So again, opposite side with, actually what I must do, just, sorry my darlings, I'm just going to quickly curl this wire.
Yeah, that's fine.
At the top. Check these are the same distance first. There's a slight, that one's slightly bigger, so I just want to make sure that's the same. Curl those down either side, little curl, looks like a pea first of all, and cut, make sure that they look the same, cut the straight bit off, there and curling down, and then they're ready to curl over onto the setting. I should have done that starting off, and nearly there, more haste. If it's not quite right, it doesn't matter. Right, so I'm pressing these into shape now over the gemstone, again using the rubber ends of your pliers, which are fantastic little sort of instruments for setting this into the place. Pressing down, I want to make sure this is the right, they're equal, and then pressing down. Sorry, I can't think and talk at the same time. I'm rubbish, aren't I? There we are. It's pressing down. So I've made this setting into a pattern over the stone. So I've made, I deliberately wanted to make that into a pattern. And then what we need to do then is just press these little curls into shape. That's not quite right, so I just want to make sure. It's not as beautiful as it could be actually, these curls, but there we go. What I'll do then is pull them up and press them over to make a pattern. And this, if these don't look quite even enough, use again the handle, rubber handles of the pliers to push in. These are better. To push in to the setting. So you're not going to mark the wire, and you've got a great blunt instrument then to actually just set that into place. Curl those up and hammer them in the same way as you did before. You can use it to hang things from or as connectors. So that's the connector done. Is there anything else I needed to say? Talking through the setting. Just if you look at the back of the setting, you'll see the attachments. Again, I don't think we photographed the back of the setting, so I just want a shot of that.
So, can I just say, look how perfect the back is. The bit that we don't even see.
We don't want things to snag, we want it to look nice, yes. Because people sometimes often look at the back of necklaces and back of pendants, and you've got to try and be as good as you can. As that needs to be tucked in, of course. And you can see where I've attached around as I've set the setting in place. Sometimes this little setting is too wide, so I do like the little U shapes. So I recommend there is leeway. Again, squish this U shape together a bit before you put it on and set it around. And then we can bring the golden wire into place, and we're ready for the flower after that.
Oh, okie-dokie. Helena, would you like me to do the wire still? Yeah, the wire and the pliers, brilliant. Some more wire for you told you it's going to be wire-tastic. I love it. You've got 50 metres of your gold wire here. So with all the colours that we've already had today, it's going to be fantastic. So this is your 0.6mm gauge. So again, fantastic addition to the wire stash that you've already got. FBZX01. 50 metres of your gold wire there. It's going to go with the copper wire that we've already bought you in this kit. It's going to go with the antique bronze that we had earlier on, your turquoise wire. We bought you chartreuse, we've bought you pink, we've bought you blue. Do you know what, we're going to bring you the lowest ever price point. Lowest ever price point for 50 metres of wire. So we, oh, yikes. I had no idea we were going to go that low.
How much?
How do we do that? How do we do that? 7, 9, that's 50. Do you know what? That's the kind of price tag I would expect for 10 metres. Never mind 50 metres. Oh, do you know what? If you've never done any of your wire work before, today is your reason to start. Really, really is. That's about 15 pence per metre.
Yes.
You've got no excuse now. No excuse at all not to start wire working.
No.
Whether it be your wire writing, whether it be your chainmail, whether it be just generally making your jewellery. This is fantastic. Brilliant addition to your wire kits today. Karen in Devon, Katrina, Susan, Marie, Georgina, well done, collector in Cheshire. Marilyn, Arizona, collector in Greater London, collector in Merseyside, Maxine in Tennessee, Hamida in Bristol, well done, Mo in Cheshire, you've got yours, collector in London, Lorraine in Lancashire. The telephone lines have gone bonkers. I'm not surprised, Helena. How many do we have? Okay, 92, not enough.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I made the sun gold pendant from the 1mm wires. Made all those sections there, and
that's fab, isn't it? I love, and again with the black agate that we had in the kit earlier on, that gold wire, it's phenomenal. Do you know what? I've got Davina in Alicante buying 2. Well done, Bogner in Greater London, you've got 2 as well. Loads of you multiplying. Jane in Gwent, you've got 2. Well done, Collector in County Durham, ×2. Tons of you with these in baskets as well. That's a giveaway price tag, isn't it? It really is. I've got some more 0-1 pliers for you as well. These are the round nose forming pliers. Again, it's all about the 0-1 pliers, isn't it? You know, professional leather, built for absolute precision. Check out the tips on these.
Yes, yeah, you can get to all these little places here on this piece. I could get into there and just nip and tuck things into place.
That's the thing with wire work as intricate as yours as well, Rachel. These are like essential, aren't they? Because if you do need to get in there
into tiny little places without knocking against other little bits that you could damage, you've got that option of getting in there with them.
They are
small, tiny little tweaks. I suspect you can get really nice little corners and bends.
Yes, definitely.
They're fine edges.
Good. If you've never ever used the 0-1 pliers before, we have had some already today. Get them home and give them a go. You do have a 30-day money-back guarantee, but I'm very confident in saying that once you've had a go, you're not going to be able to go back and use your normal pliers. It's just not going to happen. In fact, we haven't had one person yet say, yeah, I didn't get on with them, I had to go back to my normal pliers. Every person has said to us, yeah, I don't know what I did before I had these. I just don't know what I did. $15.95 for you as well. Incredible price tag there. 0800 644 655. Julie in Essex, you've got yours. Monica, Joe in Devon, good afternoon to you. Liz B in Hampshire, well done. Marjorie in the West Midlands. Glynis in Kent, you've just joined me as well on the website. Sharon in Lanarkshire, you're there. John in Aberdeenshire. Carol in Hertfordshire. Rachel in New York. Sasha in Staffordshire, you're there as well. Use your 30 days if you think you need to. That money back guarantee is there for your peace of mind. Nothing to do with us, not for us at all. It's all for your peace of mind. If you're coming in for the very first time today, maybe you're already jewellery making and maybe you're brand new to Jewellery Maker, just give us a go. You will be back a lot. From midnight last night until midnight tonight, you've only got 1 P&P as well. So if you've come in already this morning, you've been shopping with us this afternoon, doesn't matter how many pieces you've got, you've only got 1 P&P of just £2.95. Camilla in West Yorkshire, well done to you. Tracy in Sussex, Lisa in Yorkshire, you've just joined me. If you've got those in your baskets, you do need to check out. Look at that, even close. Look at the precision. Look at the point on these. Just incredible. JewelleryMaker.com or 0800 644 655 ODWB 35. Okay,
Okay, just wanted to also say that the jump rings I've used throughout the project are using the largest gizmo mounder of the Deluxe and the middle one, like the third up and down.
So you've even made all your own jump rings as well.
Yes, and that all goes up. But those are the two sizes I use just to make the jump rings.
Okay.
And now moving on to the flower setting, again, what I did was make a small setting and with no loops, no kind of attachment loops, in exactly the same way as the other components we've made. Yes. And with that, again, from what we've done is we've used a backing plate, a backing plate in exactly the same way. We've got a flat little circular form again. Just use the same template you use for the other ones, and make 8 of these little things using exactly the same technique that we used to set the side component setting. So 8 of those you need, and a prong setting in exactly the same way. So those are all things you need. Again, they're photographed so that you can print that off and say that's what I need to make the flower. So that all the components are photographed, so you know exactly how many you need to make.
Right.
So the flower shape is a bit more complex to make, obviously. What did I do? I drew obviously the central setting is, sorry, that one, and drew around it, and then drew the layer, a pear-shaped gemstone next to it, and then just drew around it to make the petal, and then made a first wire shape, and then made an impression, made the second one, remembering to put a loop in that one, and then and so on and so on. But at the base of the flower and around it, but remember at the base of the flower we've got a slightly different setting where both sides go off. And again, that's not even, I just did the impression quickly, but both sides go off to make a tail that you can attach something onto at the bottom in the same way that exactly the same way that we made this earring component, so it'll be made in exactly the same way. So this is the most complex bit, and I can show you how to make one one piece of teardrop form, and then you'll be able to make the rest. I have slightly tapped it with a hammer. I'm going to use a very small bit of wire, but you need to use quite a long bit. And I would get about 1.5 meters out, to be honest. And then the spare bits you can use to make into all these other bits and other things, anyway. So again, using these lovely pliers, make a V. And again, I'm using it against the curve of the wire, which is a bit silly of me. Try and use the natural curve of the wire if you can. Clamping at the tip and using fingers and the template. Imagine this is the template I did. You can use it to shape around. So I place that on there, put my hand and fingers on the template, and then pull the wire around into shape. You can see it's forming it over the template nicely. Put my finger where I think I'm going to make the first bend, make a very soft bend, and just try it out and see if it's the same. If it's not, well, it's more or less the same. And then clamp it into a tight bend for about a 3 to 4 millimeter bend up, ready to make the next petal. Like that. That will make the next petal. And do the same for the other side. And then it's okay, we're doing okay. And then again, use the same forming shape to that one. Upwards, clamp to make it nice and tight. And make the same. And that's one petal. It's not quite symmetrical. Check its fit around the gemstone, so get a little gemstone out and check that it fits into place around it, and check it fits against the rest of the setting into place before continuing on. And you can make all your the petals in the same way. Okay, so I'll put that away for a minute. Sorry, I've got achy back.
Oh,
achy back
she's a massage in the next hour, I think.
Now the next thing to do is start thinking about attachment. So I've started from the top, and there's lots of wires going everywhere with this one. 0.4 wire. Do you have anything to bring to while I just... No, I think we'll be all right, actually.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is show you the attachment, not the actual formation of the petals, because you actually know how to make these petals, because they're made in exactly the same way you go through once you get to this point, you make exactly the same way as you made that link. Okay, so that's exactly the same way. So this bit isn't difficult, it's just that first bit of attachment I just want to talk you through. So a long bit of wire, start to think about wrapping around the base. Maybe, I think I did about 3 times or something like that. So 3 times around, and this is not, and I need to get it at the tip as much as I can. Again, this is fiddly, and if you feel unsure, just put a bit of scrap wire around and the whole thing to attach it into place, the rest of it, if you want to keep it in place because you're unsure about it. And then try and centre this as much as possible and bring it up to the top of your setting that you've got, and wrap 3 or 4 times around one of the little loops. And then you need to pull this one first of all quite tight and put it into place, and do 3 or 4 wraps up, and then you've started to attach this to the central portion of the flower, which is quite nicely, and then start to continue up the side of the setting and start to make that setting the same way that you did that first teardrop setting. So once you've got this attached, I think I did about 4 or 5 wraps around these 2 points, and do the same for the other side. This wire will work down this side, and you need to attach another wire to start making this petal up. Okay, and this one will work down this side. It's already starting to attach, so I can let that go now. It's not so horrible. It's already attached in place, and this one will then attach into place around here, and then just work, add another piece of wire to the next available intersection and start to form that petal in the same way that you did this teardrop shape, adding that little loop in a setting to keep it flat. But all you're not doing with this one is making a curl. So this is set into place. I'm just going to show you this setting and talk through it. Here, what I've done is, you can see where I've attached the wire at each intersection, and then worked up each side, setting this into place. And at the end, I've just put 2 little 2mm gemstones and wrapped around and tucked in on all the ends of the flower. With this one, again the same way, I've added a really long piece of wire to this side, so I can wrap down this side and add a bead at the end, and then wrap down here and make a curl, hammer that, so you can add a teardrop loop at the bottom in the same way as you're doing for here. And these all curl into place. But before you do that, we're just going to add some beads in here. And if you look at the main flower, and we can see how we've added the beads in. So I've used the spaces that we've got here, alternating 4mm and 2mm beads. So I'm just taking a long piece of 0.4mm wire, and I don't want to put these curls down into place, although I might do that one. I would have probably done that one until after I've added those beads in. And that's just this way is another way of adding in, without wrapping this, sorry, another way of adding in beads much more easily. If you're worried about all this wire work here, you can just loop beads from side to loop to loop to loop, and add them in that way. And that's another way of doing it.
Brilliant.
So it doesn't really matter where you start, so as long as you sort of end up at the same place. So what I'm doing is just attaching here. We're nearly finished. This is nearly the end. This is the last bit. This is adding all the details, so it's not too bad. All you need to do is curl this down into place. So a couple of times here, and then just add. We're going to add a. I just want to make sure that's stable, because if I pull too hard, it's going to come out. So tuck that into place and cut and tuck in, but I haven't got time to do that. Bring this wire up. Sorry, gone quiet. And then just add a 2mm bead on. I'll just add one or two, and then you can bring these wonderful twisting pliers on, which look amazing. I do use those.
I'm glad you do, Rachel, because I've never seen them.
No, I'll show you.
I was just thinking, how do these
I need my gizmo wrap this up again though, so I can do that in a minute. Once you, I'll get my gizmo. So what I've done is just gone to the next tiny little space, or the frame, and just wrap once around, add the bead in, and then it's almost like stitching this in. So the next one, bring it up from back to front, add in a 4mm bead, and just work your way round until you've got added in all the space. And you can go to town. I've only put one row in.
Yeah.
Why not put another row in?
Yeah.
Add you know, do some tiara twists of wire so that things spring out from the base. You've got so many different options, but I wanted to keep this quite sort of, in a way, quite strong with clean lines for this piece.
How long do you think it took you, Rach, for this piece?
Do you know?
It's a lot of
long
work.
time. I got the kits 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
But I work at 3 different hospitals, and we've also had things happening this week, as you know, and I suppose it's every spare minute. Over the course of 3 weeks, working at 3 different hospitals, everything else. That's how I managed to do it. But this has given me a great inner piece actually to do this. You see, I've added 2 in now, and what I'm going to do is work all the way around and then curl this, and it's done. You know, and hammer this, curl this, add a dangle, and you've got the flower symbol. This can be its own piece on its own. You don't have to make the big extravagant necklace. This little piece can be in its own piece. And they all work together separately or together. So that's it really. I think it's okay.
Rachel, just amazing. Just also perfect.
So I can never define things with time because I've done all the stages as well.
Yeah.
So
I think we can all tell that it's a lot of hours has gone into these pieces. They're just incredible, Rachel. So well done. Well done.
I'm going to get my gizmo mandrel thing up.
Okay. Fabulous. So these we have not seen since March. Look at me pretending I know what I'm doing. I really haven't got a clue, I'm just going to be honest. I've never ever seen the twisting pliers before, Rachel. So you use these a lot, do you?
I do, and I will show you how to use them. I'm just going to go quiet. I need to show you how to attach it first of all.
Okay.
I want to get 2 colours of wire to twist together, so I'm going to find...
Well, we've definitely had more than 2 colours of wire for you today, so that's brilliant.
So... which we have the green actually. It'd be lovely to do the green.
The chartreuse.
Yeah, but it's gone. Don't worry, I'm going to do quite a short piece because I want it to be done quite quickly.
Yeah.
Some chartreuse. So
all fab.
I've teamed this with. We have some lovely green shell pearl a few years ago. I made a gorgeous sort of twisted bracelet with that.
It's always the way, isn't it? It's always the way. You can never find the end when you're in a rush.
Very good and tucked it in neatly. So. This is one of the. It's coated on silver, isn't it? This one.
Beautiful.
Right. What I'm going to do is make a loop first of all with 2 colours of wire.
Okay.
And make sure this loop is really safe and secure. Do not, whatever you do. Sorry. Bear with me. I need to slide it out. Is it going to do that for me? I know. That's it. Press it, let it go.
Righty-ho.
Don't clamp it in the jaws because it'll weaken this whole hinge, and you know you can do that for really thin wires, but the best place to use it is in the little hole just beyond.
Okay.
So you've got that little loop in that place.
Yeah.
Clamp this. You might need a friend, or if you've got weak problems with dexterity, you need to clamp this into place, says I, because I've damaged the tendons in my hand, and then push that metal bracket back into place. That'll lock it into place quite securely. Next, make sure your wires are the same length, and then twist them. Make another loop, and you can loop it round the door handle. Thanks. Thanks, wire. And then loop it around a door handle. I've got a gizmo bracket here.
Okay.
Anything that's strong enough and safe enough to attach it to.
Yeah.
This might come off. What I might ask you to do is hold.
Okay.
If you have any concerns, wear eye protection when you're using one of these things. Most of us wire workers wear glasses because we're so weak-sighted now that we know. And now, next thing to do is just pull the little knob and let it go. And it does it. You might need to hold that bracket. And sorry, it needs a bit of force. I'm sorry, Hannah.
I see what it's doing.
It's like
twisting the wire.
Spinning tops from the spinning tops we used to have. And I'm using 2 quite work-hardened pieces of wire actually to do this.
Look at the wire. That's
and it's looking so pretty already. You've got the green and the brown. together. So I hope you got that little wire bundle.
Can you see the wire?
Yeah.
We'll
have a look
together.
at it in a minute.
It's twisting together beautifully, isn't it?
Once at this stage, the wire will not spring back into you.
Yeah.
It's more that you might pull your bracket off and things like that because it's so work hardened, it's quite rigid. We'll stop there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the wire will break of its natural accord when it's twisted enough, but I'm just going to twist it off so you can see how pretty that little strand is. And then what then you can do is use that for all sorts of things. Get Jan's DVD for twisted wire, get you know, make
that's
gizmo
perfect,
coils. It's such a
isn't
pretty
it?
little sort of, especially the antique bronze and the Peridot green.
That looks
so if you've got
gorgeous.
some of the green shell pearls, it works really well. To loosen that again, just press that, and this loosens, and then it comes out of its little. There's a little catch there. You have to engage it and then press this to fix it into place.
Okay.
And you can see the metal comes up, and then press it back, and it loosens it, and you get rid of that bit of wire that you have.
Brilliant. I bet Claire uses that a lot as well. I guess designer Claire, because she does a lot of twisted wire with her wire writing as well. It's a fabulous effect that you get with that wire, and consistent as well, isn't it?
Yes, just a consistent twist, and you can do really long lengths. I did a very short length there, but you can stand over there and attach it to a really good shut door handle, lock door, and you can do 5 metres. You know, you can do a huge long length.
That looks brilliant, it really does. TXZ, thank you for that, Rachel. As if
problem.
she hasn't worked hard enough, we always make her work a little bit harder. TXZX73, we do have to honour the last price tag for you as well. Oh, bless, I love it. Ryan's just found the little video clip as well with the demonstration.
Well, Hannah puts it in the jaws, so please, I would advise against that if using thicker wire. It's fine for using 0.4, 0.6, you know, because of course this is strong enough to twist several strands of one. That's when you must use that little hole behind because you'll weaken and break it over time. So use that, it's there for that purpose.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for that, Rachel. All the way down to £8.95, honouring the last price tag. You haven't seen them since March. I've never seen them at all. That's how often we've had them. £8.95, Heather in Lincolnshire, well done. Lynette in Bristol, Susan in Lancashire, Maxine, Kate, Angela, Julie, Chris in Suffolk, Lucy and Rhonda, well done. Loads coming up for you. Loads more coming up for you. After the break, I've got Hannah's Happy Hour.
Oh
yes. Hannah's Happy Hour. We've got Rachel's Challenge coming up for you as well. And I've got my presenter pick for today. So don't go anywhere because we'll be back in just a few minutes' time.
The wedding season is upon us and Jewellery Maker want to help you get prepared. Join us on Monday 17th of August for our wedding fair. We'll be inspiring you with some amazing deals including headwear, footwear and accessories. We have guest designers Fleur, Debs and Claire on hand to give you inspiration and spark creativity on how to make that big day special with a personal touch. Come join us for our wedding fair. All day on Monday the 17th of August. Get involved with Jewellery Maker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker. Join guest designer Laura Binding on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework tutorial DVD edition 3, a buffet style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques. We here at Jewellery Maker know how popular our 10-strand mystery packs have been, so we're bringing them back. You can get your hands on these completely random lucky dips for just £25. This works out to just £2.50 per strand, but be warned, it's while stocks last. Add this to your order and you won't be disappointed. Just ask for this code whilst on the phone to our call centre on 0800 644 655 or simply type the code into our website and add to your basket. Jewellery Maker, giving you the best deals on genuine gemstones.
Right, what's everyone having? Hannah's happy hour. It's really warm outside. Has anybody, Pete, did you go outside on your break?
Yeah, it is boiling.
It's boiling.
All the chocolates I bought for children just in a melt. They're going to be melted chocolate.
Yes, they will, Rachel.
In the fridge when I get home.
Did you leave them in the car?
Oh, yes.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yes.
That's some runny chocolate. It is a fabulous day today, but make the most of it because tomorrow it's going to rain. It's going to be fabulous here though. Oh yes, the sun will shine on the JM Towers tomorrow as well, I tell you. Loads of treats coming up for you because it is Hannah's happy hour. We've got Rachel's challenge coming up for you in about 50 minutes, not too long at all actually. Where should we start? Oh, poor Rachel. Oh gosh, 50 metres. Okay, bundle-tastic. It's all right, we've all had sugar. I've eaten more cookies today than I've eaten in the last month, I think. It's fine, it's weekend. Have a look at these. Wow, big, oh look at these colours. Gorgeous, gorgeous colours in these nugget strands. They are fantastic. You've got dendrite opal, iolite, clear quartz, and your sodalite there as well. So your sodalite, you've got 250 carats in total, 200 carats of your clear quartz. Iolite, you've got 180 carats there, and 145 carats of your dendrite opal there as well. So that is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 875 carats. Woo! That is a lot of nuggets to be working with there. They would be beautiful in any of your designs. Just a simple cluster earrings, your tree of life, they're perfect for as well. You can macrame with these, you can kumihimo with them as well. They're fantastic and they're great for topping up your stash as well. You've got 4 beautiful strands in this bundle here. Midnight Skies. I like that. PZGC 97 is your code for this. Should be price tag £13 and 80 pence for you, but we're not going to stay there because it is Hannah's happy hour. What would your normal tipple be, Rachel?
Well, it depends. If I'm on a diet, it's a rum and coke, diet coke, and if I'm not on a diet, it's a pint of really nice sort of exporty lager that's chilled.
Well, I really thought, Rachel, you were going to say that. If I'm on a diet, it's you know, a rum and it's a diet coke. If I'm not on a diet, it's a pint of rum and coke. That's what they're just... Yikes! Oh, I see. Nice pint of lager. What would you have now, Helena? What would your tipple be right now? A rum cocktail, a mojito. Oh, a mojito. Oh, yes, I think that's what I'd have now, a mojito. What do you fancy, Pete?
I have a amaretto and coke.
An amaretto and coke. I don't like amaretto.
That's a fancy taste.
I think it is a very Marmite taste, isn't it? You either love it or you don't. And I don't. Hannah's happy. Not that I'm offering these drinks out, by the way, guys. I was just asking out of curiosity.
Amaretto biscuits are nice, though. Amaretto biscuits are lovely.
Lovely. £8.95. Linda in Essex, Marvo, Barbara, well done to you. Hold those lines. Sorry, Helena. Okie dokies. hang on, I've got more. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh, look at this strand. These are beautiful. Look at the colour of these. Oh, very, very summery. Have a look. 3 gorgeous strands you've got here. Look at these drops. Oh, perfect for your earrings. That's a really long strand of your citrine you've got there as well. In fact, I'm going to hold that out for you. Look at these. Huge strand of your citrine there. 110 carats of your graduated irregular plain drops there. 4x3 to 10x5 millimetres in size. 28 centimetre strand you've got there. 300 carats of yellow opal. How often do we see yellow opal? Like never. And you've got your orange coral plain rounds there at 3 millimetres as well. Very, very summery bundle you've got there. OAGC 63 is your code for these. They're fantastic together, but there's so many of the gemstones that you've already got in your stash that these would go with. In fact, the agate from the kits would work beautifully with these as well, wouldn't they? 0800 644 655 or on the web at jewellerymaker.com. £11.85 is where we're down to, but we're taking it to a low price. It is Hannah's happy hour. We definitely need to get some cocktails next time we have Hannah's happy hour. £7.95. Joe in Devon, you've checked these out straight away. Well done to you. Barbara in Cumbria, you're back in. Congratulations. Marve in Yorkshire, well done to you. OAGC 63. £7.95. That's like buy 1 strand, get 2 for £1. That's brilliant. Fantastic, fantastic deal. All of the money that we've already saved you today, you can spend now. I give you permission. £7.95 is incredible, isn't it? Myra in Ceredigion, well done. Amber in Dorset. Lynn in County Antrim. Barbara, you're there as well. Well done. You've just checked out Joe. Congratulations. Natasha in Angus. Victoria in the West Midlands. You've just joined me on the web as well. If you're on those phone lines, there is an automated message. You're more than welcome to listen to that if you want to do so. If you just want to get through to the call centre, hit your number 1 button as soon as you can. Because we've got fantastic deals until 5 o'clock. And then, do you know what? They're going to continue with Vicky Field right through the late show until 9 o'clock this evening. And did you know, if you came in this morning and you were shopping with Becky and you bought 10 pieces this morning, you've joined us this afternoon, you've got another 10 pieces, and then you're going to shop with Vicky tonight and probably buy more. 1 P&P. £2.95, that's standard here in the UK. I love our P&P costs here. They're so affordable, aren't they? You know, if you took a parcel to that red place and popped them on the scales of a few thousand carats of gemstones, it's very, do you know, it's a pain now, isn't it? Whenever you go to the post office and they ask you to pop it on the scales, you just think, oh no. Literally, it could be like a normal sized envelope. I mean, what happened to that? Just a normal size envelope, first class stamp, that's it. But it's not anymore. Yeah, different sizes. Have I put enough postage on it? I last Christmas had to go to my post office and pay £2 to collect a Christmas card that somebody forgot to put a stamp on. And I don't really speak to them anyway. Just joking. Okay. Yeah. In which one, sorry, lovely? Oh, the nuggets, the nugget collection. Talking of a few thousand carats, that's what we have here. Look at these. Wow. There's a lot to be going on. Mark Smith would have a field day with this. You have so many nuggets in here. This is fantastic. Again, great for topping up your stash. Multi-moonstone. Moonstone, fast becoming one of my favourite gemstones. I love the peaches. I love the rainbow moonstone. I love the grey moonstone that we have with these as well. You have 1,400 carats. That's a massive carat weight. Look at these colours. You've got the greys, you've got the rainbow colour in there, you've got the beautiful peach in there as well. And you've got this fantastic storage. So once you've used up all your nuggets, which let's be honest, that's going to take some time, you've got your storage box there as well. You know, for any more of your gemstones, for any of your findings that you might have at home. So you've got your peach moonstone, your white moonstone, your grey moonstone, and your rainbow moonstone in there as well. 1,400 carats in total. 2x1 to 11x2 millimetres in size. JWRU 38 is your code for this one. Should be priced for $9.95. We are already way below a penny a carat. Yikes. Isn't that less than half a penny a carat? Wow. That is $6.90. The storage alone, you know, just for the storage alone, how much would you pay for some storage if you wanted to get storage? But actually, we're going to give you 1,400 carats of moonstone as well. How fantastic is that? Miss Janet, well done in Easter. 6 Joanna in County Durham. Collector in Greater London. Lynn in County Antrim. Barbara in Cumbria. Carola, well done. Helen and Chris in Norfolk, you've got yours. Lynn, well done. Dawn in South Yorkshire. Maxine in Tennessee. $6.95. Lowest ever price tag for you. I love that. Do you know what? I'd multi-buy. If you did, let's say you did a pair of cluster earrings using some of the copper, so making your own findings, your own earring findings with the copper wire that we had earlier on. Peach moonstone earrings, cluster earrings, what kind of price tag would you pop on those?
Wow.
£8? Got your money back on one pair of earrings. Wow! These are gonna go so far, aren't they? JW, are you? 38. Collector and Muriel, well done in Wiltshire. Maxine in Tennessee. Leanne in Midlothian. Karen in Lancashire. Eleanor in Barcelona. Barcelona. Wonder what temperature's like there today. Gorgeous. Have you been to Barcelona?
I did. I made a speech in front of 2,000 people doing my first scientific paper there at the European Vascular Society, and they introduced me as a mister because they didn't expect a woman to come up. It was in those days when women still, you know, it's very difficult to get into the surgical world presenting. And then they all laughed, and it was all I made a hash of it, and it was fine. Yeah, that was my biggest sort of, you know, audience.
Well, you know, if you're going to make a wally yourself, do it in front of a few thousand people. That's what I say. Do it every day. £6.95. 0800 655. Isn't it funny that, you know, that's fine. There's thousands of people watching right now. But if I had to get up, Rachel, in a room with thousands of people,
it in that same way.
Okay. I think I'd go very, very quiet.
You just want to get it right. That's what I want to do, is get it right for everybody. So.
Oh gosh. Presenters picks, probably one of the best strands of ruby, emerald and sapphire that I've ever seen, and the longest strand of ruby, emerald and sapphire that I've ever seen. Coming up for you in about 10 minutes time. Look at the colours, look at the quality, look at the length of this strand. It is ridiculous. Wow. I love that. Presenter's pick coming up for you very, very soon. Pearls. Look at these. Oh, these are gorgeous. Really delicate pink. Beautiful. Genuine pearls. We don't deal in fakes. We say no to faux here at Jewellery Maker. Here at Genuine Gemstone Company. If you have a look, next time you go shopping, if you're going out a little bit later on, if you're going out tomorrow, just have a look. All the jewellers you walk past, see if you can find a pearl necklace and see what kind of price tag is on that pearl necklace, if you can find a price tag. Isn't that always the way when the price tag's not there? Do I ask? Probably not. Probably not. We can bring you pearls, the real deal, for a fraction, an absolute fraction of what you could be paying elsewhere. Baby pink. I don't think I've seen the baby pink Baroque pearls before. I could be wrong. I've seen the peach, I've seen the apricot, I've seen the multicoloured, I've seen the kind of hazy violet colours that we have. These baby pink pearls are beautiful. They are so delicate. And again, I think pearls, I think bridal. You know, perfect for your bridal jewellery, any of your tiaras, any fascinators that you might be making. It might be simple stretchy bracelets for your bridesmaids. Perfect. Maybe to go in your bouquet. I've seen a lot of, they're called brooch bouquets. I know our guest designer Gemma Crow has the most incredible wedding bouquets on her website. We might be lucky enough to have them in the studio for the wedding show in a couple of weeks. But the new thing now is wedding brooches. They're called wedding brooches, but they're wedding bouquet brooches. I can't remember now. I'd have to have a look, but they are literally just like it's like a bouquet of glass, plastic. I couldn't find a genuine gemstone one when I was looking. Before I got married, I was looking for bouquets, thinking, wouldn't it be nice to have a keepsake rather than some flowers that are going to die? But these brooches that I was looking at, have you found them? I couldn't find any genuine gemstone ones. But Gemma Crow's, oh yes, Gemma Crow did actually say that I could have borrowed hers for my party, but I didn't want to have the responsibility. I just couldn't. Anyway, for those, these would be perfect. You know, if you're making anything bridal, you can pretty much, wow. Triple, quadruple the price tag, $6.95. You can get your money back on one pair of earrings. For the bridesmaids, they would be perfect. You've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. There's a good 40 to 50 gemstones on this strand. 6 by 8 millimeters in size. They're so delicate. They're going to look fantastic with your white pearls, aren't they? Your fuchsia pink gemstones that you've got, beautiful. $6.95. It's an incredible deal, isn't it? Okay. Oh, Rachel, I can see you wearing these. Wire wrapped in a bit of antique bronze wire, maybe.
Yes, I'd make some design on the front of it as well. Yeah, you could just quite a loose one, so you can see the colour through. It will look fantastic.
They're huge, aren't they? 40 by 30 millimeters. One of those, 40 by 30 millimeters. They're massive. Just one of those in a long drop in a pendant is going to look fabulous. If you want to go to town, all the wire that we brought you today, some wire wrapping on this would look phenomenal. You've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 gemstones. No, you haven't. 3, 6, 9, 10 approximately on this strand you've got here. They are beautiful. You've got that gorgeous, very, very summery hue, haven't you? So over your maxi dress maybe when you're on your holidays, maybe just to work with your white blouse. It's going to look fabulous. That by itself, restranded all of those gemstones, that is a fantastic statement look, isn't it? 570 carats. I did say to Helena earlier on the break, I said, I'm struggling to hear you today. All I heard her say just was bargain. That's the only word I heard. It's going to be good. FTGP 92 995. Wow. If those were sold as individual cabochons, a couple of pounds each, easily. And there's 10 there. If you were to do imagine one of Rachel's designs, wire work on here, you know, that would be 30, 40, 50 pounds.
Elephant or something, you know, like
oh yes, one. Of course. You could do the elephant on there, couldn't you? Oh my gosh,
I know it's colours, but antique bronze elephant will work quite well. So it
would work fabulously, wouldn't it? Oh, it's lovely and warm. My hands are like ice. That would work fabulously. Antique bronze wire that we had earlier on, perfect. Look at that for wire work. You know, unbelievable. So you could do that exact same design on a smaller scale on your magnesite there. Gorgeous. $9.95, and you've got 10 of those. Imagine the price tag you could put on these if you'd done that kind of wire work. Fabulous. Okay. Okay, I have gold chain. She's straight back for that. She's not leaving that in my sight for very long. Have a look at this. Now this is solid gold. Not very many opportunities we get to bring you a solid gold chain. If you have a look on the high street, you could be paying anything from £40 right up to £80. You know, really, really big price tags. How many do we have? 21. Just 21 chances. Can you see? Just by itself, even no gemstones there, you've got the most beautiful, beautiful lustre, haven't you? That's like a waterfall. Isn't that pretty? You know, this is what I say to a lot of people. I wear quite often just a solid sterling silver chain by itself. And chains by themselves look so feminine, so sophisticated, and just beautiful. They don't always need to have pendants. I mean, you're more than welcome to if you want to do so. That's absolutely fine. If you're looking for a gold chain for a gift, I'm quite confident in saying that we won't be beaten on price today. This is solid 9 carat gold, not gold plated, solid 9 carat gold. You've got a 16-inch chain. It is good to go. You've got your bolt ring clasp at the back there as well. It's good to go. Great gift idea. Or even if just yourself, you're looking to get yourself a chain, you're in the right place at the right time. $24.95, and isn't that fantastic for a gold chain? We're not staying there. We're going even lower. At Pauline in County Antrim, you're in Belinda in Buckinghamshire, Collect in Somerset, Susan in Norfolk. We don't have a huge quantity, so do be quick. Again, thinking ahead, birthdays, £20. You'd struggle to get a solid sterling silver chain for that kind of price tag. We're at $19.95. We've had a text from Maxine in Tennessee, JM Studio. I just got my gold chain and it is stunning. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well done, Maxine, for coming in and getting that one. You do have to be really, really quick, especially when the quantities are low. 0800 644 655 WYPO 25. Rosalind in Tyne and Weir, Weldon, Collect in Yorkshire. Dorothy in Bedfordshire. Pauline in County Antrim. Belinda in Buckinghamshire, Collect in Somerset. Susan in Norfolk. Yvonne in Hampshire, Collect in Essex. Joe in Devon, you're there as well. If you're thinking, I haven't got time, you have. Do it quickly. Just be quick. So many people pop things in their baskets and don't check out. So if you're at home now on the phone thinking, I haven't got time, there's a very good chance you could do it. There's 10 people with these in baskets right now that haven't checked out. It could be yours. 0800 644 655 WYPO 25. Kay in Yorkshire has just got 2. I like that. One for me, one for someone else, potentially. Brilliant. We're down to the last 6 chances. So if you do have that in your basket, you're going to have to be so quick now. Okay. Let's do my presenter's pick. Do you know what? I chose this. I love rubies. I love emeralds. I love who doesn't love your big 5? I mean, come on. These are considered to be some of the world's most precious gemstones. The Queen's got ruby, emerald and sapphire. If it's good enough for her. Just saying. The quality that we're looking at here is incredible. You know, maybe you tell your friends, you tell your family that you shop here at Jewellery Maker. Maybe you tell them about the price tags that we bring you. If they've never seen it before, they might think, well, yeah, you know, if the prices are that good, quality is probably lacking. Look at the quality that we have here. Every single time, you know, every single time we do it, I just think, wow, how do we do it? I know we're a family-run company. I know we go direct to source wherever possible. I know we have the most incredible buying team. But that still doesn't explain it for me. I'm not really sure how we can do what we do. The length of this strand is quite possibly the biggest strand of ruby, emerald and sapphire that I have ever seen. We have crammed 60 carats of 3 of your big 5 onto this strand here. They've been graduated beautifully. Somebody has taken the time to graduate these gemstones. Hours and hours of hand faceting. So maybe you might get this home. You might want to take all those emeralds. You might want to take all those sapphires and all those rubies and put them into, you know, a bracelet maybe. You might want to leave those in one necklace. My goodness me. I'd be, for me, 60 carats of ruby, emerald and sapphire necklace graduated as beautifully as that. The quality, £600. Just putting it out there. 60 carats of ruby, emerald and sapphire, come on. Imagine having a carat of ruby. Have you got a carat of ruby at home? Yourself, in your personal collection? Have you got any sapphire? There's 60 carats on this strand. It's quite possibly the biggest strand that I've ever seen of ruby, emerald and sapphire, and the colours are phenomenal. Textbook rich ruby reds you've got there. Textbook green emeralds. Textbook blue sapphire. Added bonus, you've got the yellow sapphires in there as well. The faceting is phenomenal. Look how much they sparkle. 38 centimetre strand of ruby, emerald and sapphire. There are people on the web multi-buying right now. And they're buying at the price tag that the webbers can see. I can't see the price. Oh gosh. No, that's what I would say. Helen just said in my ear, what would you say if I could give you a carat of ruby, emerald or sapphire for 49 pence? Can you imagine for 1 minute going onto the high street and somebody saying, oh, they're selling a carat of emerald in there for 49 pence. Do you know what? You can get a carat of synthetic emerald for 49 pence, could you? 29.95. The thing that, yeah, I'm going to say it annoys me. I think we devalue gemstones. I really do. We devalue gemstones. Okay, we are making it more affordable, which is brilliant. However, I think at home, you know, as people, as collectors, as people that collect gemstones and appreciate the beauty of gemstones, that's not right. I mean, come on. 49 pence for a carat of emerald, 49 pence for a carat of ruby. Look at the quality. It's one of those situations, isn't it, where if you restranded this, put your solid sterling silver clasp in there, that's a red carpet piece of jewellery. Ask your friends and family what they think you paid for that necklace. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Imagine the valuation of something like this. I know, and I do this, I'm exactly the same. Here at Gemporia, if I buy, let's say a piece that's under £20, a strand, it doesn't even occur to me to get it valued. If I buy something that costs a few £100s, one of our sister channels, Sage Jewellery, then it occurs to me to get it valued. You've got 60 carats of ruby, emerald and sapphire here. Why would you not get this valued? You've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Within that 30 days, take it for evaluation, and if you are not jumping through hoops, doing cartwheels around the lounge, I want you to send it back, because I will take them all off you. That's wrong. And Helena just said, I think guest designer Jan would be saying this is great. She was saying it's you. This is you. It's not gravy. This is you. That is the most bonkers price. 49 pence a carat. Please go and have a look anywhere else. Feel free to do your research in that 30 days. Get valuations. Go and have a look online. See if anybody in the industry will sell you a carat of ruby, emerald or sapphire for 49 pence. Can you imagine going into a jeweller's and asking them? That's what you've got a carat of emerald for 49 pence, have you? Jacqueline in Merseyside, the lovely postman has brought me this strand this afternoon. Can't stop looking and stroking it. Absolutely. Right, can we literally just look at that for a minute? Not me, Ryan. The strand. Can we just look at that colour just for a minute? I mean, look at that. Look at the colours. Oh. Look at those colours. They are just phenomenal. Our quality. I'm going to go and pat everyone on the back upstairs when I come off air today, because that is the best strand of ruby, emerald, sapphire I've ever seen. Phenomenal. Oh, right, there's nobody in today. That's why we've gone so low. 0800 644 655. Quantity is falling very, very quickly. There's so many of you with these in your baskets. I wouldn't hesitate. This is a gravy strand. Imagine just taking, let's go with 5 emeralds graduated in earrings. 5 emeralds graduated in earrings. 5 in each ear. Solid sterling silver earring findings. On my crystal, those emerald earrings are going to be a minimum of £40. Minimum of £40. We've got 28 chances left for you. Use that 38 money back guarantee. You will not be disappointed. 0800 644 655. Do you think we could like start keeping our presenters' picks? No. Marion in Essex, Collector in Merseyside, Yvonne in Lancashire, Rachel in New York, Teresa in Devon, Collector Letitia. It's not yours until you've checked out. Got to check out. Okay. Oh. I wouldn't bother putting the phone down. Just stay where you are. Have a look at these. Let's go back to that boutique jewellers on Bond Street, should we go? In the window, on a bust, no price tag. You wouldn't ask, would you? How perfect do these look? 8 by 7 millimeters in size. There's a millimeter in it. A millimeter in it.
You look at the seahorse necklace.
Yes.
Similar size pearls in it over there, on the top there.
Wow.
Those, I think we used.
I love that design.
Yeah.
Sean, would you be as kind as to pass me the seahorse off the top shelf up there? That'd be great.
What I've done is added them on and in along as I gizmo coiled and then wrapped it all. So, and I made a kind of like, it's like a pearl encrusted. You know, that's the sort of.
I love the way that you've incorporated the seahorse into that design as well, because they are from the sea, organic.
Yeah,
oh,
it's the necklace bit, and you don't have to use all the strand either, so you've got plenty. You use half the strand for that really, and then.
Wow, I love the way you've used the pearls in that design mode. That is just phenomenal. Pearls, we all know they can command massive, massive price tags. There's many different kinds of pearls. There's your South Sea culture pearls, there's your Tahitian pearls. You know, depending on the pearl, the price tag will differ. Cultured pearls, just you know, a cultured pearl necklace, white pearls, they can command massive price tags. You know, we're talking high 3, maybe even 4 figures. They're huge. For me, and I never ever owned a strand of pearls before I came to a Tsavorite Jewellery Maker because I couldn't afford them. You know, if you look anywhere else, didn't even occur to me that I could buy a strand of pearls, restrand them, add a solid sterling silver clasp, and I've got a pearl necklace. They are phenomenal. If you've got any of your coloured Eslon at home, maybe do what Afa's doing now, and she's taking a contemporary look with a classic pearl and rethreading them and you know, onto your red coloured cord, onto your red Eslon, blue, you know, to give it that contemporary look and feel, and it looks phenomenal. Your white culture pearls, 8 by 7 millimeters in size. We had a customer very recently send us a message saying she paid $19.95 for the strand, restranded them, had a solid sterling silver clasp in there, and had them valued at £495. We need to get restranding. That's what we all need to do. $12.95. Maxine in Tennessee, collector Rosemary in South Yorkshire, well done Joey Devon, collector in Hampshire. They're gorgeous. Do you know what? I might wear my pearl necklace out tonight because I haven't worn it for a while. Yes, I think I might. Okay, I'm out on the razzle tonight in your local town, Ryan, so just letting you know.
I might get back in time for fireworks because the Weybridge have got a festival on tonight and they've got fireworks at 9, so we shall see.
Well, you might see the fireworks from the car.
Might just go
You
there.
might pull over and watch the fireworks. Ooh. Have a look at these rose gold plated head pins. It's been ages since I've had any head pins, I think. And certainly rose gold plated as well. These are beautiful, beautiful findings. You know, we're talking high end again. So with those pearls, they'd be perfect. Just perfect. Can I borrow a pair of scissors or some cutters, Rachel?
Yeah.
If you have any over there, look.
Just these ones just to cut the end, is it?
Yeah. Thanks, lovely. See my concentration face then? Thank you. That's my concentration face. Most people stick their tongue out. I don't do that. Have a look at that. How pretty would they be? You've got your rose. Oh, that looks fab with the pearls, doesn't it? Really beautiful head pin you've got there. And they're sterling silver, so they're high quality as well. You know, you've got the weight there, you've got that luster, you've got that rose gold plate. So that's going to add value to any piece of jewellery. If you did just come in and get the strand of pearls, I would most definitely be using a minimum of solid sterling silver in your findings there. You've got 20 head bins. Head bins? Head pins. Emerald, ruby and sapphire, again, that would be fantastic. So it might be, oh, imagine the rubies. In fact, let's have a ruby on with that pearl. Yes, with your rose gold there as well. They would look the bee's knees, wouldn't they? The ruby cab as the centre point that we had earlier on. Was there any of those left, just out of interest? 20 head pins you've got here, your silver ball head pins, 40mm in size, and you're going to get 20. There's about 15 cabs left. You know what I'm doing when I finish. Have a look. Yeah, buying all 15, I wish. I might get a few. Have a look at the luster in those. Beautiful rose gold as well. Joe in Devon, you've got 2, well done. Nothing to stop you multi-buying. £6.95. Wow, they are solid sterling silver, rose gold plated as well. That is just phenomenal. There's nothing to stop you multi-buying as well. You know, get as many of these as you like. I can't remember the last time I saw some rose gold plated head pins. It's been ages, absolutely ages. THRF59, I love rose gold. And if you follow any designers on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest, and a lot of designers using rose gold and mixing up the precious metals, you know, using rose gold with gold and silver as well. It's really warming your rose gold. Gorgeous with any of your pink gemstones, beautiful with amethyst as well. Collect it in Essex, well done. Collector ×2. Anita in the West Midlands, congratulations. Jenny in Wiltshire, collect it in West Yorkshire, well done to you. Hold those lines. I like those. Okay. Righty ho. Last 15 minutes of Hannah's happy hour. Okay, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Be careful with those pearls there. Have a look at these earring findings. Solid sterling silver, very, very contemporary. These are beautiful. In fact, they look nice just as studs. But you could put any gemstones on there that you wanted to. Look at the luster. Solid sterling silver, most lustrous of all of your precious metals. They look fantabulous. They really do. You've got your earring, your butterfly backings with these as well. And they are solid sterling silver. As always, I'll always say, you know, with solid sterling silver, when it comes to earring findings, if your budget will let you stretch to sterling silver, that's fantastic. So we can accommodate for everyone that suffers with allergies with certain alloys when they wear them in their ears. You've got 3 pairs in total with your butterfly backing. So you've got your little loop on the end there, so you can attach your head pin if you like, your jump ring, whatever there, and make the chain look. I always think the look at the moment is kind of the chandelier style earring, isn't it? You know, some chain like 3 lengths cascading down, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires on the end. How fab would that look, Rachel? How red carpet. Imagine, yeah, I've got ruby, I've got emerald, and I've got sapphire actually. Yeah, that's my jewellery collection. 0800 644 655 NDRF31. You could, if you wanted to, just snip the loop off there. So just wear them as simple studs and they'd look fab. £8.95, that's for 3 pairs. And we're not even staying there. Just the other day, we did a little search for some earring studs, didn't we? Solid sterling silver earring studs, and we couldn't get 1 pair for that price tag, never mind 3 pairs of earrings here. 0800 644 655, or on the web at jewellerymaker.com. NDRF31 is your code for these. Get them hosed and use your 30-day money back guarantee if you need to, of course, and take advantage of 1 P&P. Midnight last night till midnight tonight, 1 P&P of just £2.95 for you. Okay. Whoopsie. Let's have a look. A bundle. Wow, August birthstone bundle. It literally, it's mouth-watering, this colour, isn't it? You know, it's just so intense, beautiful, zesty green hues. And you have 2 strands of your Peridot. Now, Peridot, I have to say, on our sister channels, we just would never ever have this kind of carat weight. I mean, we're looking at well over 200 carats here. Even when we set this into silver, which doesn't happen very often at all, prices, it's Peridot, it's a natural gemstone. And you've got 270 carats in these strands here. They are phenomenal. The gemstone that is formed in the same part of the earth where diamonds are formed. All gemstones are formed in the crust, apart from peridot and diamonds. They are formed in the mantle of the earth. This gemstone has had an incredible journey from the mantle up to the surface there. And just the colour, it's retained that colour all the way. The journey that this has come on, I mean, if we were looking at, for example, I'm not sure the location of this peridot, but if we were looking at peridot from China, you know, we're talking a 50-mile journey, you know, that this gemstone has come on and retained that colour. Isn't that incredible? It really is. No help whatsoever by mankind. All the work of Mother Nature, and you've got over 200 carats of it right here. 0800 644 655. I always think peridot and amethyst look phenomenal together. They really, really are a match made in heaven. With your citrine, you've got a really, really summery look. Really summery look with your citrine. Carol in the West Midlands, you're in straight away on the web there. Well done. £10.90. And that is a double strand of peridot there. So essentially there is 3 strands there. And it could be your high-end tree of life again with your peridot. We are going down. £6.95. That is like a buy one, get one free. £6.95 is as low as we should be on a strand. So we've got 2 here. We should be at, you know, nearing £40. We're not. We're at £6.95 for you this afternoon. Collect it in Yorkshire, collect it in Kent. Carol in the West Midlands, you've just joined me as well. RXGC64. You've had so much wire today. If you've got all of that wire home, earrings. Oh my goodness me, nuggets. I love nuggets in earrings. In fact, guest designer Linda. It was Linda that made the fire opal earrings, the nugget earrings up there. They just look fantastic. As cluster earrings, they look phenomenal. Especially if you take quite a few head pins as well and you allow all that movement in them. They look fabulous. Patricia in Essex ×2. Well done, Victoria in the West Midlands. Davina in Alicante. Well done. Val in Dorset. Collector in Greater Manchester. You've got yours. Joanne in Norfolk. Brenda in Surrey. Collector in Kent. Carol in the West Midlands. You're back in. Marion in Greater London. Joan in Surrey. Patricia in Essex. You've just got 2. Do you know, this is the great thing, isn't it? If your budget will let you, top up your stash even more. Take advantage of these incredible deals that we're bringing you today. RXGC64 is your code. Double trouble indeed. And do you know what? They look really nice with the pearls. I need Rachel's sticky bead mat. Wouldn't they look fab with the pearls? Peridot and pearls. Yeah, I'm just throwing pearls everywhere. I know. Oh, they're so beautiful as well. Okie dokies. There's loads of you with those in your baskets, by the way. I'm just going to put a little knot in this strand because I really don't want these to go anywhere. Sorry, Helen, lovely. The storage hanger, brilliant. Right, they should be quite safe now. The storage hanger, this is a great piece. This is, I'm thinking of holidays. I know, but I just think it's a real pain. And I was only having a conversation yesterday. I'm going on holiday soon. We're going for 10 days. Other half thinks we can manage with hand luggage. 10 days, a small case each.
Actually, you probably could, but you won't want to.
Rachel, I couldn't. Because realistically, the jewellery, Lanzarote, bikinis and light dresses.
Wear all your jewellery through the airport.
Right. Has anybody seen the cosmetic bag that I carry around with me every day when I come to work? It's like a small suitcase, and that's just to come to work for 4 hours. It's not because I need everything in there, it's just because I feel safe having it. So, a hand-sized case for me is practically all of my toiletries, which I can't take on the airplane anyway as hand luggage because they're too big. So that's not happening. I said to my half, if you want to take hand luggage, don't think you're coming in my case, I tell you. You're not having any of it. You can have your own little case. But my point being that my jewellery stash that I take on holiday is quite big. It really is. And I love these. In fact, do you know what? My hand luggage is full of just jewellery. and accessories easily. So actually these are fantastic for when you are on holiday, when you're going on holiday, popping all of your jewellery bits and bobs in here. And look at the space saving. I love it. It's brilliant. It's not like I've got to take my huge jewellery box with me. I can put everything in here, and that is going to fit in so nicely in my suitcase. And then actually when you get on your holiday, look at that. Look at all the jewellery I managed to bring. But obviously, you know, for your craft fairs, that's going to be brilliant, isn't it? You know, holidays aside, it's going to be fantastic for your craft fairs because you can fit so many strands in here. Lots of your finds. The little storage boxes as well that we bring you, the stackers, they fit in there fantastically as well. So it's great for transporting lots of strands and lots of findings. You've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 of these smaller compartments here. I'm just looking for something quite colourful. There we go. So we can just pop those in there. In fact, I'm going to put these around the back. So if you go around the back, this is why this is really handy as well. So if you're hanging this on your craft stool, these Velcro patches on the back will just allow you to have all of your strands hanging on there, and then they fold away really neatly as well without becoming tangled. So if you've got any bits of chain that you can dangle down there, that's fabulous. You can just fold that away so that they don't tangle as well. They're great storage. They're brilliant, you know, again, craft fairs, holidays, just at home on the back of the bathroom door. Cotton buds, cotton wool, lippy, anything. They are so useful. Adrena in Leicestershire, you've just got two. Well done. £7.95. You can just hang that on the back of your craft store. Whoops. And you've got all of your bits there. All of your bits. Linda in Essex, you've just checked out as well. WTXY. I'm going to start again. WTZX36. I love that. Righty ho. I've got one more piece to bring you then before we go and have a look at Rachel's challenge. Okay, wire. Brilliant, excellent. We brought you so much wire already today. I've now got some purple wire for you. I think the meterage of wire that we've brought to you today, we brought you 120 meters in one kit. We bought you 60, or was it 80? Yeah, 80 meters in the next kit, so that's 200. We bought you 200 meters of wire just in two kits today. We then bought you 50 meters of the gold wire. We had 50 meters of another coloured wire. We then had the copper wire bundle. We've had so much wire today. I've been really lucky. The purple, beautiful. How well will this go with the antique bronze, with the copper? Well, you know, with that rose gold hue that you get with copper. It's going to look fantastic. So you've got your 0.8mm gauge here, 50 meters, again, huge amounts. If you're just starting out with your wire work, brilliant, because you can afford to have a little practice. When you've got 50 meters, that's going to last you an awful long time, isn't it? It's great to have that option there as well in your wire stash of those colours. If you're making some really funky modern chainmail design, you want to make your own jump rings, purple jump rings. Well, we don't sell purple jump rings. You can make your own. You've got 50 meters of wire. If you've got the gizmo as well, the coiling gizmo, oh, you could do that so quickly, couldn't you? So quickly. FGZX36 is your code for this one. 0800 644 655. £9.95. There's 50 meters that you've got there. That's a phenomenal price tag. Loads of you coming in on the web and on the phone lines for this. Just make sure you're checking out as soon as you possibly can. In fact, this with the chartreuse wire. Do you remember that little twist that Rachel did with the twisting tool there? The chartreuse and the purple. Phenomenal. Let's go over and have a look at Rachel's challenge for you. If you've got that in your basket, do make sure you check out. If you've got anything in your basket from this afternoon, just make sure you check it out, because you can only do it if you have secured your checkout. Secured your checkout? Right. Rachel, well done today. Amazing. Look at this woman. She just doesn't stop.
That was the challenge, and I started making this bracelet, so it'll be, once it's all wired in, it will have strength. But the pearls fit in beautifully into these gaps. And then it'll be wired all together with pearls in each space, and then it'll fit round to make a really nice bangle.
Rachel, this is just
It's obviously not right, is it?
I mean, this is a challenge. This is Rachel's challenge that looks like she spent 70,000 hours on it. This is beautiful, Rachel, and that cuff is gorgeous as well.
Sorry, it's not shaped, but you know.
So you've got the pearls in this one and the shells. We had 2 different strands there. Gorgeous. When are you back, Rachel?
Sometime at the end of September, actually, to give a big long break.
You need the rest. Yeah. You need the rest.
I think it's like the 26th of September, something like that.
Okay.
And hope the DVD will be ready, produced by then, because I know Chloe's coming back and she's going to deal with all the DVDs that have been filmed. We've got stacks and stacks to come.
I hope you're with us then. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's when I'm
back. I will be back with you tomorrow. We've got Sammy here tomorrow. So many beautiful pieces coming up for you. Great kits tomorrow as well, so make sure you do come back. Vicky's up next. Who are you with, Vix?
I'm with Hannah.
Oh, and Hannah will be with you. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Whatever you're doing for the rest of the day, have a great day. Have a safe day, and I'll be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. See you later.
Are you new to jewellery making? Then tune in to our Designer Inspiration Show every day